It was just supposed to be a normal day yesterday. It was just supposed to be like an easy kind of Christmas stream where I was knitting and I was having a good time and I was doing something playful and something I didn't have to think about and something meaningless in the grand scheme of things. It was just supposed to be a relaxing day. And then what happened? But a woman fucked it up. Why? I honestly, why is it? Why is it that women always ruin everything? This is why I've always gotten along better with men. My entire life. I've never wanted to hang out with the girls. Girls are backstabbing bitches. Nothing ever good has ever come of it. Like you can handle women like in bits and pieces and dabs here and there, but like in terms of like having female friends, no. No, no, no. No, no. No. With rare exception. I probably will have female friends watching me tonight, but they are the exceptions. They're not the rule because women suck and ruin everything. And so, you know what? I thought I would work out some of my feelings cuz I am I know like contrary to I am actually a woman too. I have feelings. But when I have feelings, I do productive things like drag bitchy women on the internet, which is exactly what we're going to do here tonight. Let's see what you have, Ride. Ride says, update on the Thorpes. Ben left the house today, claiming he is leaving for good and blocking Grace's texts and phone calls. Grace hasn't gone more than a couple hours without contact from him in 5 years. Well, that's an important update on the Thorpes. I appreciate that. I started watching that 5-hour Thorpe documentary that you guys sent me. I couldn't watch it. It was just too. It wasn't a Naptown edit. I'll give it. Oh, we're going to talk about Naptown in a second, but like Naptown does a much better job at like really getting into like the good stuff than that 5-hour documentary that you guys sent me. I was bored, so I don't know. I'm going to stick with Naptown on that one, but I appreciate the update, Ride. So here's what happened for people who were doing actual Christmas things yesterday instead of being on the internet. Here's what actually happened. Wait. Does the cheesecake and social? We're gonna do a socialism calendar another time. Okay, we'll do that next year. We'll do that next year. So yesterday, I did a stream where my whole goal was just to understand more about my new internet boyfriend. Apparently, big tech, because like I don't know, like I think if you're gonna be internet dating someone, you should probably know what they believe. And so what I decided to do just to like get myself up to speed on like what he actually believes, I watched an old debate that he did. Now, I just like the selection of the debate just had to do with the topic matter. I was looking for something. I was like, okay, this seems kind of scandalous and I can probably yell about it a little bit. And I was fully expecting to disagree with him. I really was. I'm a bitchy, rebellious woman. What can you do? And so I started watching this debate, and I only was concerned about like what he had to say. That was really all I cared about. I didn't care about anything else. I didn't care about the woman he was debating. I didn't care about the mods. I didn't care about anything else other than listening to what he actually had to say and assessing for myself what I thought about it. That was it. And it was going to be a stream where I did knitting and I relaxed and I hung out and I was snarky on the internet, and that was all it was supposed to be. And then the woman that was streaming with him started stream sniping me. And this is Stardust. Now I had never heard of Stardust before, thankfully, because I don't I don't associate with other content creators. I think content creators pretty much suck. I don't like going on well, again, with rare exception, but like I don't like going on the shows of other content creators because they're annoying and they're usually stupid and it's usually a big waste of my time. And so I had no idea who this person was. And then people in the chat told me that she's like in the destiny orbit and I'm like, "Oh, that explains a lot." But in the middle of my stream, she started stream sniping me and complaining, and she was basically going, "She is fat. She is fat. She is fat." This was Stardust, the great debater. This was her only argument. She is fat. She is fat. She is fat. That's like basically all she said. And I'm like, "Girl, you watched at least an hour of my stream, like, you could have been a little bit more productive." And so then later in the day, I went and I got some dinner, because I hadn't eaten all day after I watched that debate. So I was like, I'm gonna take care of my blood sugar. That's gonna get rectified. And then I came back later in the night and I did a meta stream where I took Stardust stream where she was complaining about me and going, she's fat, she's fat, she's fat, she's fat, she's fat. And I basically just streamed it and watched it and like complained about her. Because I mean, people like this, like, can we just be honest? Can we be honest? Like, we're among friends, right? I'm only live on the internet. We're among friends. Can we be honest? Like, this is a type of woman that wants to be shit on. Honestly, she brings it on herself. She's obviously very self-conscious. She obviously has very deep issues with like her body because like anytime guys, pro tip, like anytime someone is basically being like you're fat, you're fat, you're fat, they're not talking about you, they're talking about them. Now, I spent some time sussing out Stardust Instagram and lo and behold, it turns out Stardust has almost the exact same type of body that I do. Almost exactly the same. Except I'm taller and I'm sure I am positive that I have a better ass than her because I have the type of ass that like women will go and get implants to have the type of ass I have. So I'm positive like I'm taller than her. I've got like a better ass than her. But overall, if you look at the structure of Starbuck or Stardust body, it's like very similar to mine. And so this woman has got some gall because she feels self-conscious about her body. She wants to project that shit onto me to make me feel self-conscious when I'm sorry, bitch. I don't feel self-conscious about how I look. I am so sorry to disappoint you. That's all she did all night. She's fat. She's fat. She's fat. This is supposed to be a debate person. You can't grapple with any points that are actually being made. So I started fighting with her on Twitter because it was, of course, Christmas and I was full of holiday cheer. And of course, holiday cheer manifests itself in a fight. Everyone fights on Christmas. Like, of course, I was bored. I was like Victor was playing with the Lego set I got him. Like I was left to my own devices. And so I started fighting with Stardust on Twitter. And at the same time, the other bitches from Politically Provoked because Brittany did not say anything in the stream that I did where I was reacting to the debate. Brittany said nothing in the entire video. But still, today on her channel, stream sniping that thing and being like, she's currently saying her and big tech are internet dating, And it's just like, bitches, come on, man. Come on. Literally every person that was involved. I was just trying to have fun on the internet, and now everyone is stream sniping this and making it a bigger deal than it needed to be. Women ruin everything. Women ruin everything. Had to go and take something that was just innocent and playful and turn it into a big old internet fucking feud over nothing because you're self-conscious, Stardust, about the way you look. So, in the course of this little exchange, of course, people all over Twitter came to talk to me and they said, Carlin, Stardust is insufferable. And here are all the ways that Stardust is insufferable. And one person, this person, hang on, let's make this a little bit bigger, said you need to watch her debate with Andrew Wilson, who I have Andrew Wilson blocked. This is not my normal Twitter account. I'm in my stock account right now. I have Andrew Wilson blocked on my Twitter, so this bodes well. You need to watch her debate with Andrew Wilson that aired on the Killstream, which is Ethan Ralph, which is a whole other problem, but whatever. About a week ago, it got really good when her cuck boyfriend came in to talk about controlling her, prompted by Andrew. Her brain is full of worms. It's tough. So I was reticent. Yes, Yasmin, I know you told me to because Yasmin is always shit stirring constantly. Yasmin knows all the gossip that's going on, always shit stirring. So I am reticent to watch the kill stream 'cause I think Ethan Ralph is a moron, and I already had to watch a bunch of Ethan Ralph videos, like, about it, like, a month ago when I was starting to do research into, like, what actually happened with him and Nick, and I was like I watched all these back episodes of the Killstream, and I was like, "Ugh." Like, I saw this, I was like, "Do you really want me to watch Ethan Ralph again? I don't know if I can do this." But we have to serve the greater good, and if Stardust went on the kill stream and got into a fight with her cuck boyfriend on the kill stream, I wanna be here for that. I wanna be here because I was called fat on the internet 19 ways from Sunday, and although that, like, in and of itself doesn't bother me that much, it's still just annoying. It's like, why did Stardust have to insert herself and ruin everything? Why did she have to get all up in her fifis and ruin just a really playful, fun experience where I was just knitting and watching my internet boyfriend on a debate he did 2 years ago to try to figure out what he actually believes. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is I have the debate, I have it queued up, and we're gonna watch it, and I wanna see what happens. But first, before even that, do you know who just, like I mean, can we just give a shout out to Naptown? Because literally, like, right before I was going live, this popped up in my recommendations on my main YouTube account. Naptown already has an edit of the Christmas cat fight between me and Stardust and Brittany inserting herself unnecessarily. And so if you want a recap of what happened yesterday and you want a condensed half-hour long version of that, you can head over to Naptown's YouTube channel. Shout out to Naptown. We love Naptown. I will pop their YouTube channel into the chat. They do a great job of covering internet. I was texting with Joshua right before this, and I said to him, I'm like, "Joshua, look, I'm in a reality TV show. I'm basically I'm like a bit character in a reality TV show. Isn't this great? This is like I feel like I'm on like the Real World from like the 90s. I'm like on the internet version of the Real World. Like I didn't intend this to happen. This was not part of my life plan when I had a midlife crisis and became a YouTuber. I didn't intend this to happen, but you know what? When the universe does things, you just got to roll with it. Just got to go with it. Whatever. And so people can check out Naptown if they want the condensed version. I'll check out that video a little bit later. Yay, good job. Good. See, the reason I like Naptown is they always use very nice pictures of me in the thumbnails. Naptown doesn't do this bullshit that other creators do of me where they find like the most unflattering frame. They're like, yeah, where I'm like, yeah, or something like that. They don't put that shit in like the thumbnail. They choose a nice picture of me, which I very much appreciate. I mean, I'm kind of like it's a nice break. I will say that. Maybe in 2024, I'm just gonna give up socialism. I'm not gonna talk about socialism anymore, and I'll just start a-logging. I'm just gonna start a-logging people. I'm just gonna start hate watching people and being bitchy on the internet like all the time. That's gonna be my new profession. That's what a respected psychologist would do, obviously. So I don't know, guys. Maybe we aren't gonna do any more socialism in 2024. I'm on a bit of a vacation right now. A-logging is essentially where you watch someone to hate watch them and then to commentate on them. I don't know, that's kind of what Nitwits is, isn't it? Well, you are right, Alex. We do hate watch socialists, I guess. Anyway, let's dig into it because there's a lot to cover tonight. I think this is a little bit long, but let's get started. And guys, again, I'm on vacation right now. I'm not doing serious content right now. I am not. I'm taking a break from socialism. So if you are dropping by this stream expecting it to be like serious adult level content, no. No, this is not the stream for you. It's not. I promise we really will do serious content again in 2024 when I'm back off of my forced vacation from getting massive burnout and turning into a bitch on the well, I'm always a bitch on the internet. But like we will get back to like normal content in the new year. I'm kind of joking about the A-log thing. Maybe not though. I don't know. But like Just I want everyone to prepare themselves. If you don't want drama, if you don't want bitchiness, just go watch something else. It's not that hard, okay? But let's get this party started and let's see what's happening. Oh, good. Rottweiler's drunk. Excellent. Well done, Rottweiler. I've got a vape pen somewhere on my desk. I think. I do. Vape pen. That totally has only legal substances in it. Obviously. I would never get high on the internet. All right, let's get started.
I will just.
Oh shit, my sound is not set up correctly. Hang on. Well, I'll just let it play and then set my sound up on
All right.
separately.
Okay.
That way you guys can watch it at least.
All right. No. Yeah, Andrew, there. No, I still can't hear you. I'll fix that in just a sec.
Now I can hear it. Okay.
Boom. Okay. Now I'll unmute the tab. Andrew Wilson, welcome back to the Killstream, sir.
Hey, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Who is Andrew Wilson? Can anyone give me like a too long didn't read
I'll
on him?
Unmute the tab.
Or did I just accidentally go backwards?
Coming up on it.
Yeah, it's still not too far away. Yeah.
Yep. So anyway, how's life? How's everything going over on Rumble and the Killstream?
It's going great. It's going great. We have what about 750 here on the main channel, and probably about another 100, 150 elsewhere. So, pretty big show today. Building back up, rebuilding season. I've called it here, Andrew. You know, had a lot of scandal, I guess you could say, this year.
A bit.
Just a little. Normal year for me, I guess, in terms of that. But been building back up and been enjoying it, and lost a bunch of weight too. So enjoyed that.
Yeah,
as well.
I saw that. I saw it. So it is actually okay to say you're half the man you used to be.
Yes.
I'm not drinking. I'm drinking water.
Yes. I'm
so
at
people know.
180, down from 277 last year. So.
Jeez. What was your goal weight?
Well, originally it was 186, but I kind of want to get about 160, 165. But I got the weights here, so I got to put on a little muscle too, because I've lost almost too much now, or I've lost a little muscle too. So I have the dumbbell here. Yeah. I got them in today, so super chat gimmick now as well, but I got it to also lift off air too. But yeah, so we're waiting on Stardust here. And we don't have to wait long. We don't have to wait long. All right, let me change the layout here. There's Stardust. Okay.
Hi.
Hello. How are you doing?
What happened to that whole thing where you used to be in the middle and shit, and the other two were big?
So I have a panel like that, but it's just too much trouble to set up now, and I think some of the links on there might be outdated, so I just roll it like this now. But I do still have, the fancy one where I'm in the middle, and I like that one too. But this one works just fine. But I'm glad you mentioned that, because I've thought about trying to bust it out today. But
I always liked that for blood sports, man. It was always fun to watch it back.
Yeah, you know what? Okay, you've convinced me. I'm gonna dust the mothballs off that thing and get it back out and figure out what I need to do with it. Yeah, we
remember that whole Killstream thing. Like you had there was a certain brand of music that you had playing. You know, then you'd scream, "It's the Killstream" in the background. But then when it come up, it was that verse with you in the center.
All right,
that was fucking.
We're fast
perfect,
forwarding.
man.
I don't care.
That was like
just came in. Now, so we're talking Hunter Avalon. And you guys both have been in a blood sports debate, so-called blood sports debate here on the Killstream. You know that I kind of just, break it up. Maybe
listen, man, listen. I'm not one to rag on people's looks unless they provoke it. But can I just say, there has never been a less worthy person to talk about my looks in the history of the internet. I like of all the people that should be commentating on how I look. Okay. All right, girl. Fine.
Interject here and there with a question or a point or something like that, but it's mostly the participants that kind of drive the conversation, because I think that's really what people want to see. They can listen to me talk, hours and hours a day. So that's kind of how it works. If you would like to start off, you can. It doesn't really matter who starts here. Would you like to
Andrew, why don't you go first?
Okay.
Yeah, I have an opening statement here.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, go ahead.
So I wanted to dive into that. By the way, nice to see you, Stardust. How you doing this evening? So appreciate you coming out for the debate, and I appreciate Ethan Ralph hosting it and inviting me very much. And I'm looking forward to having some good
I can't
old-fashioned
stand
blood
her. I think I
sports
have
on the
her
kill
blocked on
stream.
Twitter too.
One of the places
Cannot
where I
stand
got
her.
my start in the entire arena. So I still have a soft spot there, though me and Ethan have had our back and forth. There's still a bit of a soft spot there.
One or two, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, moving back into this, the curious case of Hunter Avallone isn't particularly curious to anybody. For those of you who are unaware, let me give a breakdown of Hunter, which is somewhat comprehensive, so everybody's on the same page. Hunter started his YouTube career being part of the Con Incorporated gang, PragerU, and others. He made low IQ videos and attached himself to the anti-SJW wave that made many YouTubers famous between 2016-17, leading into 18, finally crashing in 2019. This in turn led to the great purge of YouTube, getting rid of most right-wing thought leaders and causing Avallone to panic, sensing his gravy train was about to be over. By 2020, Avallone completely flipped his political position, supporting Biden for president. He flipped every single one of his political positions. The man is the definition of a grifter and a scumbag with zero convictions of any kind. For those of you who are unaware, Avallone is broke and divorced, living in a rundown shithole somewhere out in West Virginia, I'm told. His wife, Carissa, left him due to his inability to sexually satisfy her, or so the rumor
I
has it.
don't think
She
that that's
convinced
the
him
case. They
to
have
do
kids.
OnlyFans prostitution content, which he did, and after leaving him, decided to engage in group sex and a gangbang with multiple black men and a camel. No, I'm not fucking kidding.
What?
That all happened. His career.
Listen, I'm not the great defender of Hunter Avallone. I think Hunter Avallone's an asshole that just like will basically do anything to like be famous on the internet. But I also think it's not it didn't necessarily play out the way Andrew says it did, because they have 2 kids. So obviously she liked having sex with him at one point.
Death spiral is still next level. His latest escapade, which I call Operation Human Shield, sees Hunter Avallone become the rebound for a mentally ill woman who just broke up with a mentally ill man. As if that wasn't poor enough decision-making on Hunter's part, he then decided to taunt and talk shit to this mentally disturbed individual. Only this time, it appears Hunter's antics caught up with him. This lunatic had planted a set of AirPods in his new Squeezes suitcase. Her overnight bag of condoms and shame also included these tracking devices, which he then proceeded to follow the signal of to end the life of one Hunter Avallone. Not to be outdone by his previous stupidity, he talked shit to this lunatic who showed up armed to find an unarmed and totally helpless Hunter.
Did get his dose of
Hunter
karma.
did,
I agree with that.
In that case, what most rational men would do, of course, and stood there fucking slackjaw as his new best friend pulled out a shotgun and blasted through a sliding glass door, just narrowly avoiding making his new squeeze permanently in need of a one-legged partner for all future potato sack races. Luckily, Hunter did the most courageous thing he could and shouted and screamed, "Run," while running away, and retreated to his back deck where he recorded his now bleeding beloved holding on to his blood-soaked sweatshirt as he panicked, waiting for the police to get there. That's the saga of Avallone, a coward and a fucking moron. And with that, I would absolutely love to get into this with Stardust.
Go ahead, Stardust. Whatever you want to do for your open.
Yeah. Okay. So first off, thank you as well, Andrew, for engaging in this with me, and thank you, Ethan, for having me on. I, regardless of what Hunter's past is, regardless of like what his ex-wife does, right? Like, I don't really care. I will be like the first one to say I'm not a huge fan of the way that Hunter debates. I don't really like his style, right? That being said, I think that this incident is pretty cut and dry. When you're looking at what experts say about surviving an active shooter, they give 3 steps, right? Those steps, well, not 3 steps, 3 options.
He's using
those options are,
I saw him saying this.
Run is number 1 and the most optimal one that they all advise for you to do. And by run with purpose, run with a plan. And the point of running is to get away from the active shooter. Option number 2 is hiding. Not as optimal as running, but if you have no other options and you have an option to hide, that is another thing that you can do. Then the third, the least recommended one, the one that they say to do only in last resort situations, is fight. And even in the fight situation, you are not just going in guns blazing. You are setting up an ambush. You are making sure that the person who is coming after you is walking directly into your path. According to Cade Courtley, a former U.S. Navy SEAL, who wrote a whole guide on this whole thing, he says, as soon as you hear shots, the first thing you must do is remove yourself from the immediate vicinity of the source of the gunfire, which is referred to as the kill zone or the X, and do so without hesitation.
Okay.
If
hang
there
on.
is no safe,
I'm sorry. It is absolutely retarded to believe that Hunter Avalone and his girlfriend had the rules of engagement memorized and they were playing it out perfectly as though they had planned to have the ex-boyfriend stalk them and try to kill him. Like, that's moronic. This is a stupid opening. That didn't happen. Hunter ran because he's a cowardly little bitch and he was protected by his girlfriend who has more balls than he does. That's what happened.
escape route, you must find a good hiding place. As you move away from gunfire, create obstacles after you that make it harder for the gunman to follow you. Lock and barricade doors, silence
Like
cell
your
phones.
girlfriend?
After
couldn't
finding
help it.
After-
Go
after
ahead.
finding a hiding place, prepare a defense plan. Finally, fight. Fight is only as a last resort. You should fight. Even in this scenario, there is strategy. Even if armed, you must have a strategy. Cade Courtley, again, former U.S. Navy SEAL, says it's best to try to capitalize on the shooter's lack of discipline or training and attempt to set an ambush. The best ambush is one in which your target ends up in the exact location you want them in. They should be walking right into your trap. Now, just to give some background on the incident itself, Holly had recently broken up with Conrad.
Sounds
They
like
had been
it.
dating for 11 some years. She had alleged that there had been some abuse in the relationship and that he would have scary swings in temperament,
Does look like
like
a
Dr.
kindergarten
Jekyll and Mr.
teacher.
Hyde. In any
How
other
could I
scenario,
possibly
we would
look
say, like,
younger than this
let's
person? I've
wait
been
it
at
out
least
and
15
see.
years
I
on
think
this
the dude
person.
showing up with a gun probably is pretty indicative of that being generally true. She traveled across the country to see and stay with Hunter. Shortly after arriving, she discovered Apple AirTags that Conrad had planted in her luggage so he could find out where Hunter lived. Conrad had made threats to kill Avalone prior to this, as Holly and Hunter slowly grew closer over the span of 3 months. And yes, he had made threats to kill Hunter. At the same time, I can see, people say that they're going to kill people all the time. But it's a hard situation, right? You never really know what's going to happen. So 5 days after discovering the AirTags, Hunter received a call from his landlord. And apparently there had been a man loitering around the building trying to get in, saying that he was friends with
Because
Hunter.
these people have no legs, John.
Hunter and Holly
This is all they
were
know.
apprehensive about that and probably uncomfortable with it. But they carefully walked down the stairs of their apartment building and peered out the apartment building's glass door. And that's when Conrad suddenly entered the view carrying a shotgun. He advanced towards Hunter and Holly. Hunter, as most people are in a survival situation, and let me remind you, who is the wrestler who said everybody has a plan until you get punched in the mouth?
That was Mike Tyson, the boxer.
Mike Tyson. And what was the line right after that? Like a rat, something like a rat, they freeze and basically that's what happens. But so Hunter in that moment was kind of trying to understand what was happening. Holly guessing what Conrad might do, and an incredible act of bravery, sprang into action and stepped in between Hunter and Conrad.
She protected him.
And then
Hunter
Conrad
was
started
selfish in this
unloading around,
relationship.
and Hunter and Holly fled up the building. Holly was struck with a ricocheting slug just outside her right kneecap, and also glass shrapnel also injured her.
I'm gonna be honest. If I ever wound up in a scenario where like I was with my husband or something and my husband ran behind me to hide when a gunman was coming at us. If we both survived that scenario, I would never let my husband live it down. I would be like, remember that time you hid behind me when there was a live gunman, Victor? Remember? And he would never do that because my husband is a strong Ukrainian man, as men should be. And so I don't that's never going to happen, but if it did, I would never bring it. It would come up again in every single fight that we ever had ever. Like, well, you ran behind me to hide when there was a lot. I would for the rest of my fucking life. No, I wouldn't divorce him, because if I divorced him, I'd have to start dating again, and that just wouldn't that wouldn't be ideal either.
She was bleeding as they ran to the apartment and locked the door. Now, in this situation, they've already done the two things that Cade Courtley has advised in his guide,
yeah,
right?
this is true.
Run and hide. So
this is actually true. This would never happen to us because we would be carrying like adults do. This would never happen to us because we would have guns.
they fled up the stairs of the apartment building. They ran into the apartment and they locked the door, right? From that point forward, they moved to the apartment's back porch and they barricade themselves there, right? That again, moving to a further location and setting up a second obstacle there, right? And so there's the obstacle of the apartment door being locked. Then there's this other obstacle of the barricaded apartment back porch. And because it's outside, that is a good thing. In a lot of these guides that they talk about surviving an active shooter, they talk about moving to a place where people can rescue you. So they move to the back porch, they call 911, and Hunter tries to stop the flow of blood that Holly is having with his sweatshirt. A few moments later, Conrad is aggressively pounding on their apartment door. He is trying to shoot the door open. At some point during the altercation, Hunter turns on his phone to record. In the recording, you can hear officers arriving, screaming at Conrad to surrender, heavy gunfire. At some point, Holly texts Conrad, and Conrad ends up shooting himself, right? Now, this, like, yes, it may not look like the most optimal thing, or it might not look like the most heroic thing, but they are following everything that most experts say to do in an active shooter situation. Now, if you want to ask me, I think the debate question is Hunter a pussy? I don't think so.
Yes.
Right? I don't think he's a pussy.
Clearly.
If you want to ask me, is Holly a fucking hero? Absolutely. Yeah, I would say so. I think she's a hero. I think she, she's a badass. But I don't think he's a pussy. So
he's absolutely a pussy.
All right, go ahead, Andrew. You can start the back and forth, the dialectic here.
Okay, I did interject. I know it was bad form. I did interject.
No, no.
I couldn't help it. I
really shouldn't interject like that.
I shouldn't, but it was fucking hilarious. It was. Okay. Okay, so what did you say this Navy SEAL's name is? Kay Courtley?
Courtley. I can send you the link to
Kay Courtley. Well, I just want to know, is it pronounced Kay Courtley?
Cade, I believe.
Cade. Like C-A-D-E?
Yeah.
Okay. What does Cade Courtley say about talking shit to crazy people on the internet and fucking their ex-girlfriends just after they broke up with him? What does he say?
It wasn't just after.
What is the tactical advice of Cade?
So here's the thing.
For talking shit. Hang on, let me ask my question. What is the tactical advice from Cade on humping a deranged lunatic ex-girlfriend just recently after a breakup and then taunting the guy? What is his advice there, Stardust?
I mean, okay. So to be fair for a second, it's kind of like people like the ex-boyfriend kind of cause trouble for all the conservative Christians who are like the tradcon people, where they're like women belong in the home and men should be allowed to lead everything and all this stuff. Because, like, do you know who I don't want as a leader? I don't want someone who is going to get so bent out of shape about a woman breaking up with them that they then go on a shooting spree to like murder the woman's new boyfriend. Like, that doesn't really seem like a leader to me. That doesn't seem like masculinity to me. That doesn't seem like a man to me. And I feel like that's going to get glossed over here. like in favor of like blaming Hunter for like having a girlfriend. Like it's not, well, Hunter made a bad choice with the girlfriend, but it's like it's the fucking shooter's fault. At the end of the day, as much as I think Hunter was a pussy, like the primary blame for this whole scenario is the ex-boyfriend. It is the man. The man, in this case, the woman did not actually cause the problem. The man caused the problem. In fact, in this case, and again, as much as I think Hunter is a pussy, the woman was actually the one to step in and solve the problem.
So, just to address what you're saying, Holly herself has said that that's not true, that Hunter was not talking trash to Conrad, and that this did not happen days after they broke up. Hunter and Holly had began a friendship, and over the span of 3 months, they slowly grew closer, right? It's not like he started fucking her the day after they broke up.
So what if he
So he
didn't?
never
not what
challenged.
happened.
So he never challenged this guy to a debate
I'm sure he has.
over
I don't know.
abusive relationships.
Let me
I
interject.
don't know about
Wow.
that.
Let me interject here because I just want to get the timeline right, because we covered it on the show. And again, I'm not taking a side in this debate, although I have my own opinions. But there was a picture of her and Conrad out. I guess it was like sometime in October, and then later in October, she, I guess, officially or at least publicly got with Hunter. Now, is it being said that she wasn't with Conrad when that picture was taken, or what? What's
No,
what's the deal?
I think her and Hunter had started a friendship, but it was not until like the end of 3 months that they started to like kind of develop a relationship.
So I guess all I'm trying to say is maybe we could get like an agreement on this. I don't know actually, but how long was she broken up from Conrad when she got with Hunter? Now I've said 11 days on the air because it was 11 days between that photo and when she said that. But if she wasn't still with him,
What did he say,
Then I-
Michael?
That's the information I also got. Was
Yeah,
about
I
11
said-
days.
I don't think it was. I think it was longer than 11 days because again, it was over the span of 3 months that Hunter
Yeah,
and
but
her.
was she with the guy while she was talking to Hunter?
No.
How
she
do you
was not.
know? How do you know that?
They've said as much.
Yeah, but so what? Yeah, right.
I
The
mean, I
time-
have to take
that's why
people at their
Ralph-
word, right?
That's why Ralph's pushing back on the timeline. He's like,
Well-
why is this picture here?
I just want to get it right. I'm not
They
trying to
were
take a side. I
together.
just want to.
Right.
Yeah,
So they were
yeah.
together for 11 years. They did live together, right? It's not that it's not that out of the ordinary, even after having broken up, especially if they still live together, for them to have had a picture together.
Nick did a 10-minute rant about being attracted to her. Really? Can you please send me a link, please?
Right.
Yeah, right. You could be right. Yeah, that's just what the general, belief is, I guess. So I'm not saying that was right. I just, if you knew, that's why I was asking. All right, go ahead, Andrew. Sorry. I didn't mean
Anyway,
to-
my question still stands. What is the proper etiquette? Do you think that Cade would recommend being the rebound of a chick who's coming out of an abusive relationship with a what she would consider a dangerous man, and then Hunter talks shit to this guy? Do you think that was wise decision making, Stardust?
Again, they've said that they didn't talk shit to him.
Yeah,
so-
well, Hunter says differently in his tweet. He says this guy thinks getting into a fight with someone over the phone justifies them trying to shoot you with a fucking shotgun. Those were his exact words.
Okay, do we
seems to
know
be
what he said
He seems
on
to be
the phone?
making the claim there. And then in his follow-up video, which is hence deleted, he explained that they had back and forth live on air. That actually happened live. He had a back and forth with him. So if he's taunting this guy, which apparently he was
Solid
doing,
advice. Good
right?
advice, pro tip.
Don't you think that your Navy SEAL who you're quoting would say that's probably a bad fucking
No, it's
idea?
probably. I would agree with you. I think that it's a bad idea to taunt somebody, but that still doesn't excuse
Bad
this
idea.
dude showing up with a
I didn't
fucking
make
gun
a
trying to shoot him.
justification,
Yeah,
but rather I'm giving a descriptor for the course of events first. That
sure.
it's not all just black and white. It's not, ooh, Hunter, the poor victim, had no idea what he's doing. The guy who is notorious for talking shit about people and then not being able to back it up, backing down from every single debate from anybody who's competent to debate him, to backing away from.
Hang on. Nick described like this fantasy scenario where Stardust captures Nick to marry him in a temple of Really? Wow. You learn something new every day.
Basically every sort of confrontation imaginable. Why are we to assume that he wouldn't do the exact same thing in this instance, talk shit to this guy so that his new squeeze thinks he's a big tough guy. And then the dude shows up and he bit off a little bit more than he could fucking chew.
I think there again, like the only thing that I can see where he did talk trash about him, and I'll take your word for the video, but I don't know what happened in that video. But the one thing that I can see is that maybe he talked trash to the guy on the phone. It's still, I still don't know what to say about that. Yeah, is it inadvisable? Sure. But how does that change the situation where they were actually in the incident where this guy showed up with a gun? The incident with the gun, he still followed the protocol.
No, he didn't follow any protocol.
So what?
He ran like a fucking coward. But before we even get into that, right, let me explain a couple things.
Running is the optimal thing that you're supposed to do.
No, well, listen, I've been teaching self-defense for the last, I think, 12 years.
Yeah, but
stop. Let me finish.
Okay, all right. Fine.
Okay, so I've been training
women
this for
ruining
years.
everything again.
You can literally, I mean, it's not hard to find, but I've been an FFL holder for most of my adult life, and I've taught concealed carry training from everything to police officers to prison guards. I know a bit about what I'm talking about. Let me explain this to you so that you understand. Somebody who's well versed in defense, especially against guns, knows this. The first thing that you're taught, the best way to defend yourself with a firearm is to never get in the situation to begin with, ever. And the best way that you don't do that is you don't go looking for trouble, and generally, trouble doesn't find you. Okay, that's the way that works. So don't go looking in dark alleys. Don't be taunting people. Don't be talking shit to people while you're armed. That's generally speaking a very bad idea. Best way to avoid trouble is not to get involved in it to begin with. So you're telling me, well, wait, after the Hunter had talked a bunch of shit, taunted this guy, the guy shows up, he's mentally deranged. Then he did the right thing, which happens to be the panic protocol. So he's unarmed. What else can he do but run? Well, to kind of quote Unforgiven, the movie, I guess he should have armed himself before running his fucking mouth.
True.
Right? That's
Hunter
usually the smart thing to do.
Yes.
I think the average person does not think that somebody is going to actually show up with a gun. Like what are the odds?
Stardust,
really, right?
The average person doesn't think they're going to get in a car accident.
You have a gun.
I won't disagree with you that it's inadvisable, but a car accident is significantly more likely than.
Yeah, Tayton posted a bunch of clips from the University of Colorado today. University of Colorado is crazy. Tayton, can you send me the links to the thing you were watching? Because I want to go back and watch it. I appreciate you posting the clips, though. Thank you.
Somebody showing up to your apartment with a gun.
Well, likelihood has nothing to do with the preparation for the worst. In fact, if you were to, for instance, go out hiking, your chances of having a major injury are not very good. They're just not. But most hikers carry a first aid kit with them to take care of heavy injuries. Same thing in a vehicle, you carry a first aid kit. In other words, you take mitigating actions in case the worst happens. Inside of a vehicle, for instance, your chance of getting a flat tire probably aren't very good, but you probably carry a spare tire with you and a jack. The same thing applies here. A firearm for personal protection is the exact same thing. It's like a condom, right? I'd rather have one and not need it than need it and not have one.
Right. We can say that he should have had a firearm, but the fact of the situation is that he didn't have one. And in every guide that I've seen in dealing with an active shooter situation for a civilian, not for people who work in prisons, not for people who are police officers, for civilians who are in these situations, the number one thing that they advise is for you to evacuate yourself from the situation where the gunfire is happening. And that is what he and Holly did.
Yeah, but that's not my issue. And that's not the argument that I'm bringing to the table. I'm not bringing the argument to the table that Hunter should have rushed at this guy when he pulled out a firearm.
What she thinks people should respond to.
Though also, you should probably give that same criticism back towards his woman, who you called a hero. Interestingly enough, for not following the protocol and throwing herself in front of him.
She still followed the protocol.
How did she follow the protocol? By jumping in front of the active shooter.
She stepped in between Hunter and Conrad.
So that's not following the protocol.
She still fled when, she still fled when they were fleeing. So
yeah, I know, but she didn't follow the protocol, right? The protocol is to just flee, but yet she's a hero, interestingly enough, in your eyes, because she didn't follow the fucking protocol, Stardust.
No, she still folled the protocol. You can step between people and still flee.
Okay, so Hunter says that as he was fleeing, and this is directly from, let me pull up the source here.
Mhm.
There was a whole ton of these stories which were written. 1 second.
That's fine.
Okay,
Well-
so this one's coming up from the Daily Voice, but there has been many more mainstream outlets who basically all copied the same story. In this, what is quoted is that she jumped between Hunter Avalone to allow him to flee, thinking that this guy would not shoot at her. That's
Mhm.
what she thought. That's
Yeah.
why she did it. So she would not be following the protocol that you have laid out by this guy. She did the opposite, and yet you praise her as a hero for not following the protocol. Seems like you want to have your cake and eat it too.
So what I'll say is that she may have not initially fleed as quickly as she should have. Sure. But she still jumped in. She jumped in front of she jumped in between them, and she still did flee with Hunter after that.
Yeah, but she didn't. Your whole
Mhm.
argument here is to say this protocol, which is in place by this Navy SEAL, which says flee immediately when shots ring out. This is what you should do.
Not
This is what
immediately,
you're
but
supposed to
flee
do.
with
However,
strategy.
well, when should you flee?
Flee. Well, no, flee with with intention and with strategy, right? But not like just flee with no.
Yeah, that's not. Then it's not the protocol. And I'm looking at this protocol. I think it's the same one, which is why I asked for the name. And it says flee immediately from any and all active gunfire.
Thank you, Tate. I
Because
appreciate
you
that.
don't really have a prayer of stopping it. That seems to be what the point is.
Peyton, the University of Colorado system is something I'm really going to be looking into next year because there's a lot of crazy shit going on there. So just as an FYI, but I appreciate you're doing all this work on your own and I appreciate it.
That he's trying to make here. And yet, interestingly enough, you claim that the person who did not follow the protocol was the hero. You just make it the excuse for the person that did follow it, so he didn't do anything wrong because he followed it. Interestingly enough, your critics would say he should have been the one to jump in front of her instead of the opposition. And yet you think, for some reason, the critics are wrong, even though you're praising her as the hero for doing the exact same thing.
She still fled, Andrew. I don't know how to make you understand this, that she may have jumped in between them, but that doesn't negate the fact that she fled after that.
Yeah, for how long though was she in front of him? What made it heroic? What made it heroic? That's the question.
Because I think Hunter was calculating what was going on in this situation. She
acted.
Well, yeah, and honestly, you should calculate, right?
She acted.
Yeah, she acted, but it doesn't when people are in these situations, most people are not complete. They're not built for these situations, right? We have to acknowledge that these are not police officers. These are not trained prison guards. These are not people.
Is she a trained police officer?
She's not. No, but
yeah, but she acted.
Sure, everybody's going to act differently though in these cases.
Yeah, and he's going to act like what while she acts like what? He's going to act like a pussy while she acts like a hero.
He was not a pussy though. He did exactly what he was supposed to do.
Why is she the hero?
Then why is she a hero? That's a good question.
She I think anticipated already that this guy had it out for Hunter, and so she stepped in between them as a barrier. But it doesn't mean she didn't run.
What made her the hero though.
She also
ran. I get that she ran, but what made her the hero in your estimation was that she stepped between the shooter and Avalone. That's what made her the hero in your estimation. So, from the prism of his critics, when they say what makes him the coward is that she stepped between him and the shooter versus him stepping between the shooter and her. And by the way, my expectation, if you were in a similar situation, I know Beckett pretty well. I don't know if she's still with the guy or not, but I would fully expect that he would probably want to be the one to step in front of you while you fled, right, Stardust?
It might, but it might happen that way. But at the same time, if this happened with you and Rachel, and it happened to be that Rachel stepped in front, I wouldn't think of you as a coward. Just because somebody does something heroic doesn't immediately make the other person a coward. That person was still doing what they were supposed to do.
He froze and he didn't act. She acted, and then he fled while she stayed behind. That's what the story. That's what the story says.
She ran as well.
She ran after he was already fleeing.
I agree.
He was shouting, "Run!" Then she finally did. Okay, but she stepped in between Hunter Avalone and the shooter. That's what the story is reporting. That's what he reported himself.
The one
Mhm.
I think the one that I have read, which was like the NY Post, which seemed the most comprehensive to me.
I think that's the one
Um,
everybody else is copying, by the way. It's
The
the New York
Post.
Post.
Yeah.
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 There's a New York Post article about
From
this.
what I can tell
God
in
damn
that,
it.
it was just
Can the New York Post start? This is not news. I'm sorry. It is not news that a YouTuber almost got himself killed because of a crazy ex-boyfriend. That's not fucking news. I'm sorry. YouTuber does something stupid, like film at fucking 11.
moments. This happened over like seconds, and basically, Hunter and Holly fled up the building as Conrad was unloading. Right, so it was kind of happening simultaneously. Holly
You
did step in
you kind of
between
guys
them.
kind of froze just a second there. Can you just repeat maybe the last
Yeah,
10
sure.
seconds?
So from what I
Okay.
can tell from the NY Post article,
Mhm.
as Conrad is unloading his gun, that is when Hunter and Holly are both fleeing up the building. So yes, she did step in between them, but she still was fleeing with Hunter. So as he is unloading, and then it
As
says
he's
that
unloading.
Holly,
Local news. Yeah,
as
it's not
Holly was
national
also
news.
fleeing, she was struck with a ricocheting slug, and it just right outside her right kneecap. Right.
Right. So before they fled,
Mhm.
before either of them fled, there was Holly who was jumping in front of Hunter, with Hunter fleeing first. We can agree that that's true.
Maybe by seconds, maybe by like a second or two. Sure.
Yeah, all it takes is 1 second.
Yeah.
Can we agree that that's true?
I don't. Sure. Why not? I don't know I don't know the exact second by second, but sure, I'll agree with that.
Yeah. So, do you also agree that in situations like this, you only have seconds?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, in the split seconds of calculation in both of their minds, Hunter Avalone is stun locked, can't move, can't even react. Whereas the woman, the younger woman, right, acts instead and places herself in between him and the shooter in those very few precious seconds. As
I don't
Hunter
think that makes
begins,
him
as Hunter, hang on, as Hunter begins to flee first. Now, you can see by the estimation of myself and most men who hear this, we consider this to be the utmost in cowardice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that because she did a heroic action, that makes what he did cowardice.
Why didn't he do the heroic action?
That's his role as a man.
Because he was still calculating what was going on, right?
Right.
Holly, on the other hand, had
because
11
he was afraid.
Wait. Let me finish, okay? Holly, on the other hand, has 11 years of experience with this Conrad guy, right? For anybody else, they probably are looking at the situation, not thinking that this is actually going to happen. But for Holly, for somebody who's been with this guy for 11 years, who knows his mental state, she probably is thinking in that moment and estimating in that moment that she knows what he's capable of. So yeah, she stepped in front.
So then how is that heroic?
It's still heroic because
it can't be heroic if she knows he's not going to act, right?
No, not that he's not going to act. What I'm saying
then
is,
she does think he's going to act. So that would be the thing that makes her. So even if she knew that and still thinks she's going to act, the thing that makes her the hero in your estimation is that she put herself and acted by placing herself between Avalone and the shooter. So then the point is irrelevant as to whether or not she knew him or didn't know him. Otherwise, you would have to say, well, this was a calculated move. There was no heroics about it.
No, calculated moves can still be heroic, right? Hunter probably was estimating whether he thinks that this, so Hunter was probably, what I'm trying to say is Hunter was probably estimating whether he thought that Conrad would actually do something like that, right? He is not the one who's been in the relationship with Conrad for 11 years. Holly is. Holly is the one who probably estimated he is capable of doing something like this.
Then why didn't she prepare for it by having a gun
to step between them?
Why
right?
didn't she prepare for
Hunter,
it?
on the other hand, didn't have that 11 years of experience with this guy. And even then, in this active shooter situation, they did the right thing when they fled and they barricaded themselves they locked the apartment door and then barricaded themselves on the porch. He still was aiding Holly. He was calling 911. He was following the instructions, trying to stop the flow of blood. And
because
I still
she had
think
been
that
shot.
Yes, because
Yeah.
she had been struck by a ricocheting, slug, and
Mhm.
in that scenario, I think it's still something that a lot of other people would have failed in that situation.
Yeah, well, I mean, but he failed in that situation
I don't
because
think he did.
she interjected herself. Well, here's your logic. You say to me, listen, she knew the guy, right? And she thought because of this foreknowledge that he probably would do something. So what made her so heroic was that she stepped in between Hunter and this guy. But Hunter, who knows nothing about him, just sees a guy there with a gun in his hand looking to hurt them, does nothing. Right? This, from my perspective, again, puts Hunter in the much more compromising position than her. If he, just an average person who knows nothing about him, sees him armed and menacing at him and knows that this guy, he sure looks like he's about to hurt him, does not interject himself, put himself between him and the woman, what are we supposed to do except consider that to be the utmost of cowardice? Now, this wasn't even some random chick. If this was maybe just like some broad that he didn't even know, maybe I could even be a little more understanding about that. This was like his fucking girlfriend, though. And this was the ex. And he knew that this guy was likely there because he had been told by the manager of the complex they're in that somebody was lurking around. There wasn't anybody there to do any good towards Hunter, and they both knew it. So he sees this guy. He still doesn't interject himself. You call her the hero, right? But why are you criticizing his critics who say that it's cowardice that she had to throw herself in front of him instead of him in front of her?
Because I don't think what he did is cowardice. I think that most people in that situation would be estimating what they should do. And a lot of people wouldn't have even done the part where they fled, right? A lot of people in active shooter situations end up dying because they freeze on the spot and they don't do anything. Holly's actions—
They run all the time in panic. Like,
no,
constantly.
Wait a minute. What I'm saying is people who die in those situations oftentimes are people who freeze, who don't know what to do. Now, Hunter, he may have frozen initially, but he still did the right thing. He fled. He told Holly to flee with him. When they got to the porch, he was treating her wound. These are still things that even I would not expect the average person to be able to handle, right? The average person, I would not expect them to be able to handle profuse bleeding, somebody suffering from a gunshot wound. And so I think that in itself—
What? He wrapped a fucking sweatshirt around her leg. What are you talking about?
He followed police instructions.
Yeah, oh my God. Wow, let's get him a fucking medal. Holy shit, I can't believe he took his sweater and wrapped her leg with it. This is amazing. I can't imagine somebody could do something like that. What are you talking about?
I don't think that's cowardice. I think that he's stuck there. He, like a lot of dudes are, I'm sorry, way more cowardly and would have, fled and not even thought about the girl.
Just because other men would have also reacted in a way which was cowardly doesn't make him less of a coward. It was very cowardly of Hunter to, after taunting this guy, all right, he has no way to back up what his mouth says, no fucking way at all to do that. When the guy shows up for whatever his perceived lunatic retribution is to this shit talk, Hunter has no way to even protect the chick he's with.
Like, I have to say, like, it is objectively hilarious that they're having a debate about if Hunter Avalone is a pussy. and they're both, this is like a totally serious debate. And Ethan Ralph is just sitting there keeping his mouth shut. This is like the best case scenario. Like, Ethan Ralph isn't saying anything. This is a serious discussion about, is Hunter Avalone a pussy? Like, come on. I don't even like Andrew, and Andrew's obviously winning. Hunter Avalone was a conservative for a long time. He should have had a gun. I'm sorry. This is like 101. It's like, okay, you could say that maybe Hunter didn't know that the ex-boyfriend was going to try to shoot him, but you don't have a gun just because you have like credible information that someone might try to shoot you. You have a gun in case you ever are in a scenario where like you need a gun.
So he's talking shit to this guy. This chick is with him. He doesn't even have a way to protect her. And so when this guy comes looking for trouble, they end up in a confrontation. He moves to Operation Human Shield. The chick gets in front of him while he flees even if it's only seconds before she flees, which I doubt. Okay, that's not the way the story makes it sound. Makes it sound like she threw herself in front to protect him, right?
Quite
And was trying to
literally-
reason with him while he was fleeing and running the other direction. And then she fled afterwards after him. It sounds like the perfect combination of cowardice. If this same situation happened to you, let me just ask you this honestly. I know you're going to lie to me, but I want you to tell me anyway, right? Because progressives have to, especially progressive women. But if you were in that same situation and Beckett let you throw yourself in front of him while he ran, even if it was just a few seconds before you did, you tell me your ovaries wouldn't shrivel up and you wouldn't fucking go, God, Beckett, you're such a wuss. You wouldn't say that, honestly.
It's true.
I am a feminist, so this is a complicated one, right? I don't think so. I don't think that would. I mean, I don't think I would be traumatized by the situation, absolutely. But
You would never
I
look at
don't
him the
think
same way
that
again.
my ovaries would shrivel up. Honestly,
And what do you think, Beckett? What about Beckett? What does he say? Does Beckett say, well, you know, totally, this chick should have thrown herself in front of Avalon. It was the right feminist thing. I doubt it, Stardust. He doesn't say
actually,
that.
I've talked to Beckett about this situation, and he thinks that everybody freaking out about Hunter using Holly as a human shield is fucking crazy,
Oh, so
right?
her boyfriend's
Because
also a pussy.
he didn't use her as a
Okay.
human shield. Did he grab her and like literally put her in front of him?
Well,
no,
he didn't need to.
she
She
stepped
threw
in
herself in front of him because he's such a wuss.
It's not.
He needed
it's
that.
not. It's not like he had any control of Holly stepping in front of him.
Let me ask you another
didn't.
question.
I know.
How come
We
when the
had no
landlord
idea.
called him and said that there was a creepy dude walking around with a suitcase, he didn't tell her to stay put while he checked everything out and made sure everything was okay,
That would have been
absent
the
her
smart
being
thing to
with
do.
him? Yeah. Why didn't he do that? So, for instance, when I've had a home invasion in the past where they murdered my dogs, my beagles, right? They killed them to break into
Aw.
my gun shop.
Oh.
They killed them both.
Fucked.
And then it came in the house. I heard them coming in. I instructed my wife to stand behind her bed with the children, firearm in hand, while I went and confronted the intruders with, of course, a nice Remington 1300, my favorite. Well, I'm sorry, Winchester 1300, not my 870. So anyway, that's how that went. I didn't tell her to come fucking with me to check things out, right? I didn't need my whoopee there to help make
Andrew
sure I was
W.
okay. She was supposed to be the last
I might
line
unblock him on
of
Twitter for that.
defense. So you
Probably
explain
not,
this
but-
to me, why it is that he was out with her looking for this guy to begin with.
We don't know the situation. We can say, like, hindsight is 2020. Obviously, like, it would have been wise for them to maybe not even go investigate that. Maybe call the police before investigating something like that. But I will tell you, if that were a situation that Beckett and I were in, there's no way I would be letting him go out by himself. Like,
Well,
there's
you
just no fucking
How
way.
do you get a say on let?
Exactly. You
I
have
mean,
to say
if he's
Stardust.
leaving, I'm leaving
you
too,
say,
you
bitch,
know?
sit
So-
down and shut your fucking mouth
True.
while I go take care of this. There's no let.
Yeah, well,
Mhm.
I mean, there's no stopping me. I'm sorry. Like at the end of the day, it's not happening.
She's dating a pussy and she knows it.
It's so
And she knows she
ridiculous.
has to
So
protect him.
you think that it's better, right? It's better that he was like, let's go get shot together. That was the
know what
move,
the
Stardust.
We don't know what the conversation was, and I don't know that. I'm not saying that it's better. I'm just saying from my perspective, I could certainly see myself insisting on going with my partner.
Yeah, but why? So you would insist on doing something stupid?
People do it all the time, right?
But you would insist on doing something stupid. You would insist on it. You just
Hence
got
why
done
she
reading
should
me
have
what
no
Cade says. Do you think that
decision-making
Cade would advise you to go on a manhunt for a lunatic who is lurking around with a briefcase together unarmed? Do you think that that's what your Navy SEAL friend would advise you to do?
No, he probably wouldn't. But
Probably wouldn't.
I probably wouldn't advise anybody to go out in that situation. I'd probably advise them to call 911 first before even doing anything like that, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe, but let's say you call 911 and then you just want to go and have a peek and look around, see if you can find whoever this gentleman is. Or
Good
maybe
idea for
you don't even
anybody
know
to go
that
by
it's that
themselves.
guy. Maybe they don't even know it's that guy. They just assume it, though they seem to have a good inkling that it was, right? So he says, I'm just going to go check this out. You stay here. Don't move. I'm just going to go check things out and see what this guy who's lurking around with a briefcase is doing. right? That makes a lot more sense than
I
going,
think
well,
that
let's
there's
you and I
power.
go have a nice picnic, and hopefully this bag man doesn't show up with his suitcase. You know what I mean?
There's power in numbers, and I probably wouldn't feel comfortable with whoever I'm seeing going out by themselves and doing that.
Well,
Then you're
Yeah.
dating
power in numbers.
pussies.
You're unarmed, right? Then what do you think your numerical superiority is to a guy who has
somebody-
a shotgun?
right. If somebody gets shot, you know,
Then two
there
of you
needs to
can?
be. Well, no, look, if somebody gets shot, it's important to have somebody else there who can like support that person and get them to safety.
You don't think you're gonna get shot too?
Yeah, but if they're armed, right,
Does
then
this bitch
all it
not know
does
how
is
guns
present
work?
more than one
Like,
target.
this isn't theoretical. You
Sure.
can
That's
have
it.
more than one bullet in a
That
gun.
would be non-strategic thinking. That would be stupid. And
If-
plus, not only that, what physical force do you think that a female is going to offer up in comparison to the male? It's going to be very limited.
I'm not talking
also,
about bum rushing the
that
guy.
could also put you in a situation where you're taken hostage because you have limited strength and can't resist. That's like the stupidest thing I could imagine, but you would just insist that you would have to go too. Doesn't that seem like just kind of feminist Shira bullshit to you now that you think about it?
Yep.
No, again, I'm not talking about bum rushing the guy, right? When I say that there's power in numbers, I'm saying if somebody gets injured, it's important that there's another person who can support that person getting them to safety.
Not if you
It's
get
not about
shot
it's not
too,
about me
Stardust.
taking on the gunman.
Yeah,
right?
you think
What
that
do you
this
think's
chick
gonna
could
happen?
physically pick up? Well, maybe she could pick up
Oh
Hunter
my
Avalon,
God.
but even then, I doubt it. Right? What is she going to do? She going to drag him to safety?
She's being deliberately
She going
ugly.
to hoist him up
Again.
over her shoulders and
is-
run him on out of there?
Hey, all it takes is somebody offering like support, right? If somebody can't walk properly, right? Like that, it's still important. It's still something that you can do.
Oh, I see. So he blasts Hunter and he's wobbling. And luckily she's going to offer a supporting shoulder so that they can walk very slowly away from this guy armed with a gun.
And they're definitely not going to get
Well,
both
they didn't
shot
walk
again.
away slowly, right? They
Like-
both
Yeah,
ran.
but they would
even
have if
though-
one of them was
Wait,
shot,
wait,
right?
He was shot. One of them was shot, and she still ran.
No, but I'm saying in this case, you're offering up the liability, and your kind of counter example is, well, the best thing for us would actually be to go in pairs, because after all, then if one of you gets hit, the other one can give you a supporting arm to help you get on out of there. And it's like, okay, but if they're armed with a firearm, the whole point of that is so that you can clear distance quickly. Right?
Let me explore the scenario with you. Okay. So Hunter goes out by himself, right? Conrad's main goal is to shoot Hunter dead. So he goes out, he investigates by himself. Conrad shows up out of nowhere and shoots him dead. Then what?
We're
Then what?
frozen again. Yeah, I'm
Oh.
sorry, Stardust. I'm sorry. I missed literally everything you just said.
Okay.
We froze up again.
Yeah, run it back.
Okay. What I'm saying is, if we look at it from that perspective, let's say Hunter goes out by himself. He decides to go investigate by himself.
Mhm.
We know that Conrad's goal is to shoot Hunter and kill him. So he goes out. Conrad shows up out of nowhere, shoots him, and kills him. Then what?
What do you mean? Then what?
Then what?
My
How
assumption.
is that situation better?
Well, my assumption is that she's still in a barricaded situation, unarmed, just like she already was.
Right? But now you've got two people ending up dead instead of one person.
How do you have two? She's
Because
still in the same
Conrad-
exact situation that
Conrad
she was
shoots
in.
himself, right?
No,
so in this
no,
situation,
they're still in the same situation that they were in, which is a barricaded situation. She's in a better position. She's in a much better position.
he's in a
than
better
that.
position, but we're sacrificing the life of Hunter for her, right?
Yeah,
And
but if Hunter had done that, wouldn't you call him a hero?
I would have called him a hero, but I still don't think it's the smartest thing in the world to
So
do.
you would have still called him a hero,
It doesn't
right? And
matter.
why would he have been a hero?
Well, because it's like self-sacrifice, right?
Because he did something which was brave, which was the opposite of running the other fucking direction like a
That's
pussy.
not
That's why
unbrave.
Stardust. That's
It's
why
not
you would call him.
unbrave,
Why would you
though.
call
What
him a
he
hero?
did is wait. Just because somebody's a hero doesn't mean what they did was smart.
So is Hunter a hero in this situation too?
No.
In this situation,
Yeah.
I think Hunter did like what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, was he a hero?
I think that he was a great support to his girlfriend. I don't know.
Hang on. Rottweiler, thank you for the super chat. This is the problem with Destiny and his orbiters like Stardust. They read something online and then run their mouths thinking they know more than someone with actual experience, dumbasses. Indeed. I agree wholeheartedly, Rottweiler. Thank you again.
No, like I think Holly was the hero in this.
Right. But in the alternative situation where he tells her, he says, listen, you stay put. I'm going to go and grab my balls off the counter and put them on real quick and go confront this guy. Then he would call him the hero. So what's changed here? What's the dynamic which has changed here?
It's still actually incredibly stupid because now we know that Conrad ends up shooting himself, but now instead of just Conrad shooting himself, we've got Hunter dead and Conrad shooting himself.
Yeah, but you're looking at that ad hoc. So you're saying we can look at this with hindsight being 2020 and justify the things that were done after the fact because they may have worked out. But that doesn't mean that that was the wisest thing to do under the circumstances. And in this particular case, would have been a much wiser thing to do. And yeah, I think you would agree with me. Tell her to hunker down. If he's going outside at all to figure out who this guy is or who's creeping around his
I
complex, at
don't
least
think
tell her to hunker down while he goes and confronts.
I
That's
actually don't think
when
it's
you
that
say
smart.
that's brave. That's the heroic thing.
I
right?
think it's
Not the
brave,
running
but I
away
don't
thing.
think it's smart. I think it's brave, but I don't think it's smart. I think that the smart thing to do is to have numbers on your side.
Why is that smart? If you're unarmed, what do numbers do for you? What does 2 do that 1 doesn't when the other person's
Two
armed and you're
targets
not?
versus two targets versus 1 target. I mean,
Yeah,
that makes more work for the person.
What are shotguns
for one.
famous for? What are they famous for?
Shooting?
They're famous for spread. Okay, the shot spreads out. So the more targets you have, the closer they are together, the more people you hit with a single shot.
Sure, but
That's
again,
why shotguns are the best thing in the world for home defense because
she
of this
may
reason.
have. So, okay, she was struck by the ricocheting slug. We know that, but both of them still survived in this situation.
Yeah, but that was in spite of, not because of.
Right.
So it wasn't because they made good decisions. It's in spite of the fact that they made bad decisions. What they should have done is not gone out at all. Called the police, hunkered in, because they really didn't have any other option being.
Okay, let me ask this. This is a long ass debate. It's already 12:30 at night. Now, I am more than willing to let this entire debate play out and we just watch it and I do my knitting and commentate on it. But it looks as though Stardust's boyfriend doesn't join the debate for like another hour or so. And since they've already been arguing about the same GD point for like half an hour, what do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Let me do a poll in the chat. Hang on, let me do a poll. So it looks like 86% of you do believe that Hunter Avalon is a pussy. Yup. Okay. So let me just do another poll. Should we fast forward? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat what you think. I will leave it up to you. I could be here all night, but some people have jobs where they're not gallivanting around all night on the internet. Some people actually want to go to bed, and so I just want to be considerate. I mean, I was thinking about maybe watching the politically provoked stuff. Maybe. Oh yeah, okay, like 80, okay. Yeah, the majority of you, like the huge majority of you want us to fast forward. Okay, let's fast forward because they keep arguing the same point for a long ass time. Okay, here is the boyfriend. So let's get a little bit of a lead up to the boyfriend and let's find out what happened. Just a little bit of a lead up.
More fucking live viewers than Hunter's had in the last 2 years of his pathetic fucking life, and yet here we are talking about his stupid ass. That's the real fucking crime.
True.
Well, we're in the giving spirit here for Christmas. Andrew Wilson, very good to have you back, sir, in a fully fledged Blood Sports here on the Killstream. And Stardust, one of the nicest people I know, and she was very kind to me always. But during a rough period this year, sent me a very nice message. I said that the other day. I won't read it out because it was really nice. I'll just say one of the nicest things I think anybody's ever said to me online. So I really appreciate her. And she's always been great on this show as well. Merry Christmas to you both.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Andrew, for engaging in this with me. Even though I'm like comparatively to you, a baby debater, but I do appreciate it. So I was like going back and forth with you.
It was a fun topic, right?
Yeah.
I had to debate it with somebody. Ralph, find me some good blood sports, man. I want to come back.
Hey, I'll fire
All right.
back up. I'll look for some more.
Debate again, Andrew.
What's that?
Am I not good enough to debate
Wow.
again?
Of
Andrew?
course, of course,
Okay.
of course.
All right.
I said, fine, let's do some more good. I love the blood.
Okay.
You know, I can't help myself. I can't
We
help
can do
myself.
blood sports. I can turn it up. We can do blood
All
sports.
right.
You should do overtime. Bring Beckett. I really do. I wish Ralph would humor this. You should bring Beckett on right now. I want to hear
we
what
go.
fucking Beckett, your
Yes.
boyfriend, has to say
I'll
about
Let's
it.
stop
If he
bring
agrees,
the
if he
boyfriend
agrees with any
on.
of it, bring Beckett on here.
Let's do it.
I don't know if he. Let me see. I don't know.
He'll come on here. I mean, come on. You got him whipped. Bring him on. Bring on Beckett. Bring on Beckett.
He might be busy right now. I don't know. He's in the UK, so
Yeah, it's a big call. Well, you know,
He's
I would be
dating
down.
someone in
you know, I
the
won't
UK.
stop
That
it, but,
explains
you
a
know.
lot.
Yeah,
But-
I want to hear it. I want to hear it, Ralph. I want to hear Beckett of Crabs, her boyfriend, right? Who I actually have some respect for. I'm not going to lie. He's a nice guy. I want to hear him say to my face that he would do exactly what Hunter Avalon said. I just don't believe. I don't believe it.
I don't think he would do exactly what Hunter did. I'm saying that when him and I talked about this issue, he said, "Yeah, I think people are freaking out too much about this. I think, very clearly, like this is just like a situation where they did the best that they could." So,
Yeah, we got it. What did he say? Is he coming?
I don't even know if he's alive right now.
It is pretty late in the UK, but
Message him anyway. He ain't
all right,
doing
well,
shit.
I'll wait and see. You know,
Beckett ain't doing nothing. He streams like at 3 o'clock in the morning. He streams at like 3
Oh,
a.m.
does he?
and
See,
shit.
I don't think I've seen him stream. I've seen some pictures of them on Twitter, but I don't think I've actually seen him stream. No offense to him. I'm streaming so much of my own too. So
yeah.
Well,
you stream for like breakfast, lunch, and
yeah,
dinner,
no,
dude.
yeah, I'm on air all the fucking time. So, but yeah, if he wants to hop in or is down to, I won't stop it. And I'll also look for some other matchups too, and maybe a rerun with a Stardust if we find the right topic. I'm not against that either.
Absolutely.
If you want me to turn up the blood sports, I certainly can for you, Andrew. I just, feel I don't want to cross any lines with you. That's all,
It's you're not going to hurt my feelings. But this was a good debate. I enjoyed it. And it was blood sports. Blood sports doesn't always just mean over the top bullshit.
Doesn't have to
just
be
means a
personal.
contentious debate, really.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, in this case, what did Beckett say? Well, I just
He
am
wants
dying to
Beckett
have
on
him
here
on
so
here.
bad.
He's
I
not.
do.
He's not responding.
He's
to
not
me.
responding.
Okay,
Well, if I
okay.
send him a DM, is he going to respond?
Oh, you
I mean,
Do
I'll be
it.
offended
Do it, Andrew.
if he
Do it.
responds to you and doesn't respond to me.
Well, he
but-
said right here. He said right here he'll come on.
Oh,
Is he there?
No, I don't know. I just made it up.
Oh,
I
I
just
was
wanted
gonna
to
say,
start
yeah,
that
you
super
try to start
uncomfortable.
shit.
I just wanted to make her uncomfortable. Anyway, well, all right then, guys. I'll
It
get
was
out of
great.
your hair. Thanks for having me on, and I'll see
he
you guys.
actually might be good. Actually,
He's
he might
good?
be-
Really?
Yes.
Let me see.
All right.
Let's go into overtime on this.
that was a bad
I'm
call.
down. Little OT period. Oh yeah, if there's
I
any
still got a
okay.
whole tall can here to drink, so
Yeah.
let's do this.
I don't have one of those, although I may go get some more water. Oh, you're really making me want a cigarette. I smoked all mine already today, and I'm just like, fuck. Anyway.
Yeah, are you on the wagon?
Yeah,
Ethan?
I am on the wagon, yeah. So
Congrats, man.
Not anymore. He
thank
was doing
you.
coke
Yeah,
on the
been
stream the other day.
about three
He
and a
fell
half months
asleep
or
and then
so
did a
now,
line of
so,
coke.
It's helped me lose a lot of weight as well. So I was already losing, but when you don't drink, it's even easier to do that. So, but yeah, if he wants to pop on, you could send him the Hangout link or the Google Meet link, whatever the fuck they call it now. So, oh, if anybody has any questions, powerchat.live/the Ralph Retort, killstream.live/tip, $Sunset Squad on Cash App, Rumble Rants, of course. Been streaming for a while. Oh, James dropped a 20. That's a song. You know what? I'll play that while we wait on Beckett to come in, and I'll mute the tab and just message me in the chat, and I'll turn it back on. It's only 2.5 minutes anyway.
Hang on.
So,
I'm not playing any fucking
if he
song.
comes before 2.5 minutes,
I'm
I'll
not playing
hang
any song. No song. No song. No song. Fuck you. No copyright bullshit.
okay, I'm back. He's still talking to his people.
All right, no, we good?
Yeah, we're good. I was just cutting a promo with the weight.
Oh yeah, no problem.
I wish
no
people could
problem.
request
Understand.
music on YouTube.
Is Beckett here now?
Because I actually think that
I don't think
kinda
so,
cool.
because I think it would tell it would say admit.
Yeah, he says he'll be 1 second. So
Okay, that's
he's-
fine.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, no
All right,
problem.
that's fine.
So what the fuck's going on in Mexico, man? What are you doing
It's
down there?
great here. It's fantastic.
He's
Got
evading
good
taxes
holiday trip planned.
and trying not to
actually
pay
Tulum,
child support.
which is south of Cancun, south of Playa del Carmen. Then I'm going to Bacalar, which is a little bit further south down by Belize. And so it's Lake of the Seven Colors, basically, Lagoon of the Seven Colors. And they also have, what is it, stromatolites? I never say that right, but basically the oldest living creatures on Earth. They have.
Can you
some of
send
those
me
in
a bottle of the agave tequila? If I send
Yeah,
you the cash,
Sure. Yeah, if you want. Yeah.
I want that. Yeah, but the agave tequila doesn't give you a hangover, man.
Yeah, I've heard that. You know, tequila in general, of course, I'm on the wagon, like I said earlier, but tequila is
Ding dong.
like 30-40% cheaper in Mexico, which I guess makes sense. All right, now Beckett is here now, though.
Beckett, can you hear me?
Bing bong.
I can. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to get.
This guy
Sure,
would
that's fine.
absolutely hide
Yeah.
behind his
So,
girlfriend.
take
Come
your
on.
time.
And
Be honest.
cheers. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Good evening.
Good evening,
Beckett,
sir. Welcome
I
to
want to
Killstream.
hear you say, I want to hear it come out of your filthy British mouth that you would allow for Stardust to throw herself between you and a shooter. Just tell me that.
I didn't say
Just
that you
tell-
would allow for
Just
it.
tell me that,
I
Beckett.
didn't
Tell
say
it. Say
allow
it
for
to
it.
me.
Did you just literally get me on a fucking stream to be like, hey Becca, I know you're British and therefore scared of guns. Can you just admit that your like American girlfriend, you'd be fine with her being a human shield? Is that your serious fucking argument?
Yes, that's his
Yes.
argument. Yes.
Well,
And am I
like,
right or
Say
what?
it.
Or am I right?
Okay, first off, no, obviously
No,
not.
no.
Obviously fucking not. But secondly, that's not what fucking happened, is it? Like,
Yeah, it's
It is
not.
what
No,
happened.
it is. It is what happened, Beckett. What
Well,
happened
okay.
is she jumped
Literally.
in front of him
Literally what happened.
because he panicked and couldn't do anything because he's a dumb, slack-jawed coward, right?
True.
That's what actually, but she did jump in front of him. Now, in that situation, Beckett, are you going to say that that's appropriate, that you wouldn't jump in front of Stardust, that you would appreciate if she jumped in front of you because you're afraid of guns, Beckett?
well, we still have crossbows here.
True.
Would you have stalked
I
him
don't-
down with a crossbow, Beckett?
Obviously. What else am I going to do in Britain? We've got laws for that. It's fine.
Yeah.
I need a license, of course.
You got to
obviously,
answer the
and right
question, though.
permits.
Beck. I see you trying to avoid. You got to answer. Answer the
No, I
question.
mean,
As far as I know from the Hunter stuff, that's not like she jumped or like got hit in some way by shrapnel, but then they both got out onto the balcony, right? Like
Okay,
it
Yeah,
wasn't
so
like
she
he was
stepped-
there
so what
wielding the gun
happened-
next to her.
Yeah. So what happened is she jumped in front when she noticed Conrad was holding a gun. Hunter was still calculating what the fuck is going on.
Hang on, stop
here.
there. Stop
And
there.
then
Stop right there.
they
Right
both
there.
ran.
Hang on, just stop there. Just right there. That one point. So me and Stardust will agree on this point before she moves on that he panicked and she jumped in front. Now,
I
Beckett,
don't know about panic even, but like, yeah, he was thinking about the situation. He wasn't sure what was happening.
yeah, so that, I mean, that's all the signs of panic. But she jumped in front. Now, Beckett, the roles were reversed and it was you and Stardust. Would your expectation be that she jumped in front?
It wouldn't be my expectation, no.
Would you
But
jump
it's
in
not
front,
like
Beckett?
it's not like he could control it. It's not. I'm sure it
Well,
wasn't
okay.
Hunter's expectation
Stardust,
either.
Like,
shut the
couldn't you
fuck
play
up.
hopscotch? Like she jumped in front, you jump in front of her, right?
Okay, like firstly, like it's very hard to do. Like I fucking the mental gymnastics of this. Unless you've been in
What?
those situations,
I have.
No, unless you've been in those situations, like I've been in threatening situations as well. I've got a fair idea how I'd act. That doesn't necessarily mean that's how Hunter would act, or even the average person.
We're not talking about Hunter
right?
right now, Beckett. We're talking about you.
Yeah, okay. So what? That's
So-
not
so-
pertinent to my question. My question's about
Well-
you and Stardust. Doesn't even have anything to do with Hunter. Just asking if the roles were reversed, would you be the guy?
Well,
Yeah,
Jump
I'd
in
probably
front?
try and get
I
her
feel
out
very
of the way of
strongly
danger.
they-
Sure.
Yeah.
I strongly doubt these two people have had sex. Definitely not good sex. Absolutely, they have not had good sex if they've had sex at all. Maybe like okay, I'm not gonna continue to expand on that. My point has been made.
That makes sense. But you don't think it's cowardice that he didn't, right, Beckett?
I don't know what their placements were, but okay, look, he didn't just leave her alone. He tourniqueted her injury. They got out the room together. What are your expectations of what Hunter should have done here? Now, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to sit here and defend Hunter Avalon because I don't give a fuck.
True.
But like, what realistically, what
True.
are your expectations of what his action should have been?
Well, I would expect him to act in a way that preserves the female's life.
Okay, but what does that look like? Because that could be anything.
Well, in this particular case, her jumping in front of him does the opposite of preservation of her life.
Okay, but
So even if the action was just to grab her and run off with her or jump in front of her, any of these things I might consider acceptable. But just to flee the other direction while screaming to her to run, which is what he reported and the papers reported, that seems to me to be the epitome of cowardice.
They were both running.
No, he was running first. He was running first.
He may have ran first, but she was running as well.
Well, he who runs first is the first pussy. That's the way that works.
True.
Yeah. To do. That's what he's supposed to do in that situation.
You're not supposed to let her stand guard as the human shield while he runs in that situation. This is not what the situation calls for.
Okay, just from a positioning point in the room here, because like we're getting to the weird logistics. Do we know where they were standing when they became aware of an active shooter?
They had walked down to the.
None of this matters.
They walked down.
None of this matters.
The apartment building's
Why can't
glass
you just answer
front
the
door,
question?
and they were peering out of it when.
Why can't Beckett come on here and just say, you know what? If this happened to me and my girlfriend, I would absolutely jump in front of her and save her from any lunatic gunman, and no, I would have zero expectation of her jumping in front of me. I would be the man. I would stand up and I would make sure I protected my woman. Why can't he just say that? If he had come on the stream and had just said that clearly, this wouldn't even still be going. But he didn't. He hemmed and hawed and I don't know, da because he's a beta bitch. And he would absolutely expect Stardust, who has already interrupted and inserted herself when he was being asked a very clear question by another man. Like, Stardust didn't need to say anything. She could have just kept her mouth shut. Like, it's obvious what would happen. It's obvious. Beckett would be hiding behind Stardust, who would insert herself and end up getting herself shot. True. Yep. True. Maybe that's cruel, but you know, it's almost 1 a.m.
Conrad showed up, and I guess he had the gun with him. So that's all we know about it.
So at that point, is that the point when Hunter was like, "Shit, he's got a gun, we should run," and then ran?
Well, he was slack-jawed.
He was.
He didn't know what to do.
He was trying to
panicked.
estimate. Yeah,
he was panicked, and he was slack-jawed, and he said. While he was trying to determine what was going on, because apparently the processor is a little bit slow, she heroically ran and jumped in front of him.
Exactly.
And then as he was fleeing, he shouted, "Run, run, run."
It's her own fault if she gets shot.
My question, did she know that her previous partner was there to kill him?
Well, she didn't know it at
I
that
would
point.
say so.
She certainly did. Yeah.
Yeah, but he had the same
I would say
suspicion.
they suspected.
Okay, so they both had the suspicion that the target of her ex-boyfriend was Hunter, not her.
So what?
Yes.
So the reasonable reaction from her is to be less inclined to run because she.
Why would that? I thought that he was an abuser, and we don't believe abusers because they do anything they can to abuse. So
yeah,
even
we
if
might not believe that.
Why would she?
She might believe that.
Why would she? Why would she believe a manipulative abuser? That makes no sense, Beckett.
Well, she was with him for 11 years, bro. Like, you know, she clearly believed him long enough to be with him for 11 years.
Yeah, so just because she's stupid doesn't mean that she believed him.
Yeah, but we're not talking about like, hey, what was her intelligent action here? We're talking about what actions people took with the information they had. And the information they both had was he's here to kill Hunter, get Hunter out of the way. He's not here to kill Holly. Holly feels in less danger. Now, whether that's the reality is almost fucking irrelevant to their actions.
Oh, I don't think so. Because if you got a call inside of your little flat or whatever the fuck you call it in the UK, if you got a call from your manager of your flat and your manager of your flat said, "Hey, Beckett, you fucking Ed Sheeran lookalike motherfucker. There's a guy with a suitcase who's walking around here who looks awful suspicious. And you had an inkling that it might be Stardust's ex-boyfriend there to possibly exterminate you or her or both. If you went to check out the situation, would you take Stardust with you, Beckett?
No, I wouldn't.
No.
You bet I would insist on coming, though.
Oh!
And would you let her?
No,
would you let her,
might
Beckett?
insist on coming, but I wouldn't fucking let you come.
That's right.
I fucking listen. I fucking okay. I hate both.
Did you just see how much more forceful Stardust was in that situation than Beckett? Beckett was asked, would you take Stardust with you if there was an active shooter? And Beckett was like, of course I wouldn't. And then Stardust was like, you better believe I'm coming. And then he was like, no, honey, no, don't. And let's watch that again. Just watch the body language and watch who is the most forceful in this exchange. Cause it sure as shit ain't Beckett.
Check out the situation. Would you take Stardust with you, Beckett?
No, I wouldn't.
No.
You bet I would insist on coming, though.
And would you let her?
No,
would you let her, Beckett?
Insist on coming, but I wouldn't fucking let you come. I fucking listen. Okay. I hate both these sides because again, yes, there are different expectations here. I'm not Hunter, and there is going to be a different fucking reality to these things. So yes, you're right. I would in those situations, either go on my own. In fact, do you know what? Actually, as we're talking about what I would do, I probably wouldn't check things out. I would probably secure the location as best I could and phone the fucking police. I wouldn't go on my own with a fucking camera or whatever.
Hey, I don't have any problem. Look, Beckett, I don't have any problem with that either. But assuming that you just felt the inclination to check things out, is there any fucking world perceivable? Sure. Is there any world perceivable where you're going to take Stardust with you to do that?
No, there isn't.
No, there isn't.
Stop me?
Yeah, I think
yes, I do.
Yeah.
You're tiny.
Yeah.
Literally, Stardust keeps making this situation worse. If Stardust had just kept her mouth shut, Beckett probably would have come out of this looking a lot more manly because he's Beckett's saying the right things nope, Stardust ain't coming. Nope. And then Stardust inserts herself and emasculates him in the middle of the conversation because she can't sit there and keep her mouth shut for more than 2 seconds. It's okay. Listen, man. It is okay to allow the man to handle the situation and allow him to, she is purposefully emasculating him. I would never do this to my husband. It wouldn't happen. If my husband is sitting there saying yeah, baby, I'm going to take care of the situation, I'll be like, good. I'm not going to say, well, you better believe I'm not going to let you do, fuck you. This, if he ever marries this woman, he gets exactly what he deserves. She's going to be nagging him constantly. But the purposeful, I'm not, you better believe I'm not going to listen to me. This woman is going to be a nightmare in a relationship.
What are you talking about?
Yes, that's what I wanted to fucking hear. Now, Beckett, let me ask you the second question here. Maybe you can make this a bit more decisive for me. I can see that Ethan Ralph's over there. He's about to choke to death from laughter that he's trying to hold in. But the thing is look, over to you, Beckett. After the situation unfolds and they're in the back porch, you've seen the notorious call, right? Where he's filming it. Oh. She's shot in the leg. She's bleeding everywhere. She's in front of the sliding glass door. Assume for a second you had made the awful and stupid decision to take Stardust with you, and she had taken one in the leg. As you were fleeing back up, you went through the front door. He sees you go through the front door. One of you has to stay on the end of the balcony, and you're looking over the balcony to determine if he's coming around that way or if he's coming through the front door, but he sees you coming in the front door. Would you put her in front of the sliding glass door, or would you put her in front of the covered position next to the sliding glass door where she's out of sight, Beckett? Mind you, she's shot in the leg, by the way, just so you know. This time she's wounded.
I'm trying to work out the logistics. Yeah. And I'm trying to remember back to the footage.
Oh my god. This man has never handled a gun in his life. You can tell.
Again, she's just been shot. My first thing would be how can are we stopping the bleeding? Is she going to be all right? that kind
There
of
is
shit.
an active
Yeah, but
shooter.
would you
don't
stop her
know-
bleeding behind the cover or in front of the sliding glass door where there's no cover?
So you're basically calling him a double coward. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Andrew?
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
think-
He's
like,
coward
like,
at
I
first
don't-
and then
I
coward.
don't
Coward, right?
I don't think the
Well,
argument. Okay, so I don't think the
I
argument.
am
that
going to
Hunter's
take a
coward-
huge. I have to take a huge issue with
God,
this.
here we go.
You know full well, Beckett, that you would not be able to stop me. You can say you would try to stop me, but at the end of the fucking day, I would be coming through that fucking door with you. You
I
know
don't-
it.
Pull the chat. Pull the chat. Hang on. Hang on. In the unlikely event that Stardust and Beckett have actually had sex, has Stardust ever pegged Beckett? Yeah, obviously. Hang on. Obviously, or they've never had sex. Those are your options. Let me know what you think in the chat. Wow. Talk about like complete and total emasculation of your man. She is absolutely incapable of allowing the man to be the man in the relationship, which is why she will never have a successful marriage. She will never have a relationship in which she's like in which that is balanced and like people can like listen, man, I'm not saying that I'm not a trad con or anything like that. I'm not like absolutely not. But like you can't emasculate your significant other like that. She's not allowing him to step into the role of being the man, which tells you exactly what's going on in that relationship. Let's just watch that little bit again for fun.
Coward, right?
I don't think the
Well,
argument. Okay, so I don't think the argument.
am going
that
to
Hunter's
take a
coward-
huge. I have to take a huge issue with this. You know full well, Beckett, that you would not be able to stop me. You can say you would try to stop me, but at the end of the fucking day, I would be coming through that fucking door with you. You
I
know
don't-
it.
I don't think he'd let you start.
You
Look, I
know he
don't-
would. He would not be able to
Oh my
fucking
God.
stop me.
Wow.
act
I don't
like
think
what
either
you
of us.
desire
Listen,
in
neither of us
any
would be going through the
situation
fucking
God.
where
door.
I have been the one
Oh
going
my
out.
God.
All right, so don't.
Stardust, just because you can run your mouth doesn't mean you should run your mouth. Listen, girl, I'm a fiery bitch. I understand the inclination to want to run your mouth and be a fiery bitch in all circumstances, but just because you can doesn't mean you should. And I promise you, Stardust, your boyfriend doesn't feel very good about being completely emasculated by his woman live on the internet for no good reason. Like, she's getting all pissed off over this. This debate literally means nothing. Nothing is going to change as a result of this debate. It's just for entertainment and fun. I mean, I would say daddy issues as well. She has massive daddy issues. We learned that last time. Like, why is she getting so upset? Why is she getting this fired up over her boyfriend saying, I'm going to protect you, baby? Like, you know what I would do if my husband says, I'm going to protect you, everything's going to be, I'm going to be like, okay, I'm on board with this plan. I'm on board with you doing the man's work and me hiding behind the fucking counter or something like that. Wow. I did not expect it to be this great. I really didn't.
Don't fucking act that way.
You see where
Yeah,
the
but
feminism
but
ends
you're-
is where the
but you're
penis
asking-
begins. That's what
fine.
Beckett
Oh my
we
God.
just saw live. Beckett said exactly what I predicted he would say before he ever came on stream.
Yeah,
There ain't
but
no
again,
fucking way he
W Andrew. I might unblock Andrew on Twitter for that line alone.
ever let you. Stardust
No,
says,
but
how
there's
would
a
he stop
difference.
me?
There's
And
a-
Beckett says,
but
I'd
there's-
fucking stop her, believe me.
He could
Okay,
not
but
stop.
I've been in
plenty
these.
of
But I've
times-
been in
there are
situations
plenty
like
of
this.
times-
Hold on.
there are
Hold
plenty
on.
of
Hold
times-
on.
Shut up your
No.
woman, Beckett.
No fucking way,
Silence
bro.
your
No
woman.
fucking way. Don't fucking
Silence
patronize
your
me.
woman, Beckett.
I'm not trying to fucking.
No,
Oh
it
my
is.
God.
It is. You are
Oh my God.
patronizing.
How is I wouldn't let my partner get shot? Me
I wouldn't
patronizing
fucking
you.
let you go out by yourself, you dumb fuck.
Yeah, I know you wouldn't, but at the same time, you would probably be
I
sensible
tried-
enough to try and
you
stop
can't
me
stop
from going out.
coming
No,
behind you.
you'd probably, I would hope you'd be smart enough that if I was dumb enough to want to go out, you'd try and stop me.
I would yes,
because that's
I would
obviously
try to
the wrong
stop you from going out, period. Yeah. But if you're
Yeah,
insisting on
sure.
going out,
So-
you're not going out there by yourself.
Okay, but okay,
Come on,
but
Beckett.
from the
That's the
position
chance.
of
That's your
being
chance to push back. You
Stand
know
up
you
to her,
tie her
Beckett.
up.
Look at what
There's
you've
no
done,
Stand up
way she's
to her.
walking out
I
the
knew
fucking
it.
door, right?
yeah,
Do it.
look, listen,
Stand up
listen.
to
Yes,
her.
of course, there's no
No.
fucking game. Listen, I've been in situations. Listen,
Don't
Honey,
act no,
honestly.
bro. Don't even
no,
don't
there's
no,
absolutely no
no,
fucking way.
no,
I'm sorry.
absolutely not.
I'm-
No, absolutely not. No. No.
Yeah, but it's asking me. It's not asking what Hunter would
I'm
do.
sorry.
And
I'm
also,
sorry.
hold
I
on,
am
hold
following
on.
you,
Can I
and
just
you
fucking-
can't stop me from following you.
Oh
Can I
my
just push
God.
back on this whole narrative building from Andrew, by the way? Because I understand why you're doing this and why you fucking phoned me, because you know me and you knew what the fucking conversation.
I just want to point out that I feel like some of you may have answered the poll question prior to Stardust completely cutting off her boyfriend's penis and stuffing it into her purse. So if any of you want to rethink your answer to the poll question, you just let us. It's okay to be wrong sometimes. We have just witnessed a complete castration live on the internet. It's okay to admit that you were wrong. Beckett is obviously either he has been pegged or he will be pegged at some point in the future if this relationship continues.
Conversation would look like.
Well, but
But
hang on.
I
In
already
my
I'm not
defense, in my
changed the
defense,
votes.
real quick,
No shame. No shame. We
I
changed the
did
votes.
get your back, Beckett. I got your back. So what I did, and Ralph can confirm this, I said Beckett would tie your fucking ass up before he'd let you out of that house,
No,
and
he
he'd
can't.
move you. He would
literally
move
doesn't
you to
have
the
anything
covered
to do that
position,
with.
whether you liked
Correct
it or you
answer.
fucking didn't like it.
Mhm.
That's what Beckett's going to do. And you were like, nah, Beckett thinks I'm a strong woman, not feminism bullshit.
No,
and then
not-
Beckett came on
not-
and he was
I'm
like,
not saying that he
"Listen,
thinks
baby,
I'm a
just
strong woman.
that
I
fucking
think
house,
that he's
baby."
fucking,
That's
I
what
think he's
Beckett did.
posturing. I think he's posturing right now.
and-
Like, let's be
And I really just want to point out to everyone, because this is sage life advice. Sometimes the very best thing to do is to keep your mouth shut. And listen, again, like I've made mistakes in my life. I've said things that shouldn't be said. But I've learned from my mistakes. And sometimes the very best thing you can do is to keep your mouth shut, because if you say the thing you want to say, it's just going to get you into more trouble. Yeah, if Beckett was smart, he'd be reevaluating his girlfriend option. Perhaps finding someone that lives in his own country might be a good first step. Like, this is a long distance relationship, apparently. Like, he can, he needs to find a good British girl that hates guns as much as he does. I mean, that will allow him to possibly act like a man, at least pretend sometimes.
real. You do not have anything in your fucking house to tie me up with, and you would not be able to stop me from coming out the door behind you.
Oh
I would,
my
of course,
God.
want you to stop and not even go out in the first place. But if you're insisting on going, there's no way in hell I would let you go out by yourself.
I had your back, Beckett. I want to let you know.
Listen.
I
If
had
there
your
was
back.
any
An opportunity.
reasonable way that I
It
could
was
You're in a
Stardust
prevent
ruined
relationship
it.
with
going out-
me, not with
Oh
him.
my god.
Oh
I'm-
my God.
Listen.
Bitch.
Oh, fuck me. Did you really say that I wouldn't try and stop you going out though?
No,
Are you
I
se-
didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say
What
that at
a
all. I said that I would
pussy.
obviously not let you go out by yourself. I didn't say that you wouldn't try to stop me.
Beckett,
Listen,
she's not going out of the fucking house, right, Beckett?
This is a fucking of course she's
No,
fucking not.
that's
Like,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
isn't even posturing. I'm sorry, like, hun,
You
if
are.
you ever
You are
ask me this
fucking posturing.
outside
I'm not-
this shit,
I'm gonna
No,
fucking
no,
leave.
no.
I'm going to rage quit right now. I'm gonna rage quit and I'm actually going to fucking break up with you. Like I am. I'm not joking. I'm serious.
She just said she was gonna break up with him. I'm so glad I did this. Again, still plenty of opportunity for people in the poll. I've seen those votes flipping. Let's. Let's just listen to that again. She's got to be an Aries. I dated some short Aries girls who had hella attitude, cool chicks to hang with. Listen, man, I'm an Aries. Don't shit talk Aries. I'm an Aries, and I'm actually more fiery than she is. I mean, she definitely has some Aries in her, that's for sure. But like again, this is one of those things. It's like literally all she had to do was not talk. That was it. And now she's breaking up with her boyfriend on the internet because he joined a stream when he wasn't expecting to. And she is literally breaking up with her boyfriend on the internet because he said he would protect her. This is the problem. This bitch does not want to be in a relationship. If she's that offended at her boyfriend saying that he would protect her in a hypothetical scenario, she doesn't want to be in a relationship. It's not about, it's like, you know what? Like, this is exactly what Big Tech was talking about in that debate. She makes everything about her. She is the center of the universe. Everything is about, like, yeah, exactly. This is embarrassing. And I'm not one to say that because, like, whatever, people can be embarrassed or not. Like, who cares? But, like, again, this is completely emasculating. It's okay to let men be men. Stardust, when you do eventually have sex, the sex will be so much better if you just allow the man to be a man. I promise you. I promise you.
Listen,
she's not going out of the fucking house, right, Beckett?
This is a fucking of course she's
No,
fucking not.
absolutely
This isn't even fostering. I'm sorry, like, hun,
You
if
are.
you ever
You are
ask me this
fucking fostering.
outside
I'm not-
this shit,
I'm gonna
No,
fucking
no.
leave. I'm going to rage quit right now. I'm gonna rage quit and I'm actually going to fucking break up with you. Like I am. I'm not joking. I'm serious. I will break up with you.
Beckett, now's the chance to call her bluff.
No.
I'm hovering over the deep call right now.
Hang on, hear me out. Hear me out.
Play
Listen.
your dick, Beckett. It's okay.
No woman on planet Earth is ever going to dump you because you say that you're going to make her sit there while you confront the danger. They'll never do it.
No, he's being chivalrous.
I'm this close. I'm this close. I am this close.
No.
Wow.
Ask Beckett.
It's all good.
Fair enough. We can wrap it here. It's all good.
No, we don't want to see that.
I do want to say one thing because I think this is, listen, as funny as it is, I think it's a red fucking herring. Because while this is all hilarious, it's a great little fucking bring your boyfriend in and then he'll reinforce my point. The truth is, I don't think this is like accounting for cowardice. I think this is just accounting for like stupidity.
Oh yeah, then why wouldn't you do it? Then why wouldn't you do it? Then why wouldn't you take your girl with you? Why wouldn't you do it? Because that's what a fucking coward would do, right, Beckett?
Exactly.
Well, it's okay. Listen, you can call it cowardice if you like. I call it fucking stupidity.
Maybe it's both.
I don't know.
Can it be both? Can it be stupid and cowardly?
Cowardice. It's not. No.
I don't know if I'd call it cowardice. Like I genuinely wouldn't. It's the problem here is that the information that they're working on is that it's her ex-partner. I don't think they've been in a relationship very long. Like it's what, a couple of months, if that. You know, it's a radically different situation to a massively long-term relationship. It's firstly her actual ex-partner who she's been with for 11 years. This isn't just some random fucking person. And also Hunter's in the position where he's being dragged into somebody else's life drama.
Yeah.
Which is radically different. And what I'd ask you is this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, you're calling Hunter a coward and everything else, but he didn't just fucking jump over the balcony and try and escape.
Well, I mean, that's because it was a 2-story drop, probably.
I
So
don't
there's
know.
that. But not only that,
I don't
Beckett,
know.
really, the whole thing ends here with this. If your best friend, your best pal, was in this same exact situation, and you talk to him afterwards, the very first thing out of your mouth would be, "You stupid motherfucker, why'd you let that chick go out with you? Why did you go out? But at the very least, why the fuck did you let your woman go with you?" And he'd be like, "Oh, fuck." And he would say, "You're fucking dumb and you're a sissy." That's what would happen, Beckett.
But we didn't even disagree on this, Andrew. We both agreed that they both shouldn't have gone out in the first place.
Yeah, but is it cowardice that he had to drag his chick with him in order to go check on the threat? That'd be like me waking my wife up in the middle of the night. It'd be like me waking up in the middle of the night. My wife's like, "I heard a noise downstairs." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll check it out." You're coming with me, right?
We don't know if
That
that's
sound
we
correct?
wait, Andrew. We don't know that that's what happened.
No,
We don't know that that's the
we
situation.
do. We do have the timeline of this
But
because
we
this
don't
we
have this.
do.
No, we don't have the conversation of him saying, "Hey, do you want to come with me?"
Yeah, but
don't have that.
why was she with him?
We don't know.
Well, because he got a call while he's in the apartment. He got the call explaining that there was somebody lurking around, right? And he said that he went to check it out, and she went with him.
Yeah.
So we do know. So
we
the thing
don't know
is
why
like,
that happened.
yeah, because he didn't say, "No, bitch, you're staying here." That's why it happened.
True.
No,
It couldn't have happened any other way. How else could it have happened? She was like, she had a gun and was like, "I'm coming with you." Come on.
I think that's perfectly fucking normal for plenty of relationships. Just because I wouldn't act in that situation in that way doesn't mean
No,
plenty of
but
other
he
men
didn't.
wouldn't.
No.
Are you checking out the threat in the middle
No.
of the night with Stardust? Come on, dude. No, you're not.
Are you
not
really
doing
going
that.
to act like I would let you go by yourself somewhere?
You really going to act like you have a choice?
Yeah, I do.
Look, but I think there are differences in those situations. Like again, we're talking about very specifically Hunter's situation. Yeah, I probably would act differently. But if it's something in the middle of the night, yeah, maybe. Like again, I think women should be firearm trained. Like my mum was like this when we were in South Africa. My dad is not a great shot. It was my mum who was like the fucking shooting like to chase off
his
robbers.
father was
Women
also
are
pussy,
absolutely
and he
capable of
takes
defending
after his
themselves with
father.
firearms.
I mean,
I
that explains everything.
Don't know if I completely agree with your narrative of it should only just be the man. You're asking what I would do, but that's not necessarily normative.
Well, I feel like I have made my case and have completed my case, and I have nowhere else to go with it.
I think you're attributing stupidity to cowardice and bad decision making. But
Beckett,
also,
all I need to know is how you
would
would react in the situation. I know that the acting to the ulterior to that you would consider to be pussy. That would be, you would consider him to be a fucking wuss. Beckett, come on.
Okay. Well, let's ask the other question then. Is the first response to this, like, why is it just to like come at Hunter? This is what I kind of don't get over this shit.
It wasn't
because this is obviously quite a fucked.
Yeah, it's Conrad. At the end of the day, it's Conrad who is responsible for Holly getting shot.
Nobody is making the claim to the contrary. We can walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. We can say that there's no justification for somebody to show up and do something like this, while at the same time condemning the things which led up to it and the behavior that was enacted during it. We can do both things. We can say both of these things, and we can even tell you which ones are the most wrong. It was the most wrong what that guy did.
Under
but that doesn't
the impression, right, Andrew, but under the impression that they didn't think that Conrad would be showing up with a gun. They maybe thought that he would show up, but not with a gun. Under that impression,
who cares if they showed up with a bat or his fist?
Because under that impression,
we are arguing that it is okay for women to let men be men and to allow women to be women, and for women to keep their mouths shut and allow men to protect them. That's what we're arguing.
It is perfectly reasonable that she to come along with him.
Oh, I see. Okay, if that's fair, then if that's your actual argument, then Beckett, if it was just a guy showing up with a baseball bat, would you go confront him with Stardust then?
We don't know that he has a baseball bat.
Right, you don't know. But I mean, assuming whatever he has, even if it's just his fist, I mean, he shows up with his bare hands.
Right.
Why in the world would Beckett take you?
The smartest thing would have been, we agree, the smartest thing would have been for them to stay in their apartment and call the police.
And the most courageous thing, and you said this earlier, that you would have considered if Hunter had gone out and confronted him by himself and the guy had shot Hunter, you would have considered that to have been a courageous act. Those words came out of your mouth.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah,
massively
but still
stupid.
Courageous. And that's why I say that's what a pussy is. He does the opposite of what's courageous.
Just because something that you do is something you can do is courageous doesn't mean that by not doing that thing means you're a coward.
Okay, so stupid thing makes you brave. Doing stupid thing makes you brave. Or is it brave because you're doing the self-sacrificial thing on behalf of the other person?
It's not even the self-sacrificial
and that's why you call Holly brave. You called Holly brave because she did the self-sacrificial
right,
thing.
but it was also really fucking stupid.
Yeah, but you said it was stunningly brave, right? It's really stupid when those firefighters run into those burning buildings, isn't it?
No. It's
Why
completely
not?
different.
They're
And
trained.
because
Why not? Well,
they're
they're trained. They're
trained.
trained.
They've got the proper
Are
equipment.
they trained to breathe in smoke, Beckett? Are they trained for that?
No, that's why they've got respirator. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not dangerous, but it's worlds of difference between a
No.
civilian with no
Sometimes
training.
they don't follow
trying
their
to do
orders.
something
They're told
dangerous.
don't go in, and they go anyway, and they save the kid, and you call them the hero anyway for disobeying, even though they did the stupid thing. This is the expectation that you have of those people. The brave among us is that they're willing to disobey in order to do the brave thing anyway. That's what makes them a hero. That's why you call Holly a hero, and you don't call Hunter one. And in
I'm
this
sorry,
case,
I don't call him cowardly.
I'm almost done. I'm almost done.
Honestly,
I'm almost
If-
done, bro. And then you can respond. And that's the same reason that fucking Beckett is the guy who's going to go out in his underwear with the handgun or the baseball bat or whatever the fuck it is and say, you stay right the fuck there, lady, until I check out whatever this is, because
Mhm.
that's how it works.
are you seriously arguing? Like, and actually, like, this is a genuine question because through all the attacks on Hunter, like, it feels like if he'd got shot, like, everyone would still be sitting here going, "He's a fucking idiot for getting shot." Like, I don't see a win condition.
At
for
least be a
Hunter in
brave
this.
idiot.
Yeah, but would you be saying that, or would you be like, "Wow, what a fucking idiot"? Like,
Well, this is the
you
thing,
might
What a
right?
say,
dumbass.
like,
That
brave
might be
idiot
true.
occasionally,
What do you
but he's
do?
still
What
fucking
do you?
dead,
But
isn't he?
wouldn't you say the
Like-
same thing with the firefighter, though? Right? The guy who runs in, doesn't save the children, gets the smoke inhalation, and dies. Nobody likes the one who doesn't win, right? But he runs in anyway. If he comes out with a kid, he's a hero. If he dies inside, he was stupid. But you know, the
His-
delineation
Holly-
there,
Holly
the
is a
delineation
lion.
there is really
He
just the
tourniqueted-
preference
No.
of
Holly is a
how we
lion.
gauge
He
heroics.
tourniqueted her leg. He got in touch with the police. He managed to gather evidence while
Oh,
he was
what a
doing it, of
hero.
what was going on, which
Wow.
is the same thing many journalists do in those situations. That's not unique to Hunter. That is a normative response for people who like
He
gather
dialed,
information.
well, so let me get it right. Oh, he dialed 911. Literally the three numbers everybody on
Is Holly
planet Earth
dead?
can remember.
Is
So he
is
dials. Well,
Holly
she got
dead?
shot, but anyway, he dials
But that's
9.
not the answer to the
dials-
question. Is she
No,
dead?
No,
Yes
so
or
what?
no?
Hang on, he's dead. The other guy's dead. Maybe there could have been a situation. Are we just only concerned with only the preservation of those two lives? While I
What the
would
guy?
consider, hang
what,
on,
the guy
hang
who
on,
was
hang on,
turning up
hang
I
on.
messed
I'm
up my
almost done.
knitting.
While I would consider his life to be
I
less
knitted an
valuable in that
extra row.
situation than theirs,
Damn
you don't
it.
know what other reactions could have preserved everybody's
I was
life.
so
You have no
caught up
idea.
in the
These are all
emasculation.
post hoc rationalizations and ad hoc rationalizations. So what I'm saying here specifically is this: the delineation point and the reason that Beckett would go his ass out fucking side is because he knows that the way that men do things is that way. The way that they don't do things is say, well, why don't you come along with me, Stardust, and
No,
we'll go
Chris,
confront together.
True.
It's not how that works.
I do.
But it's not.
I-
It's not. Why don't you come along with me? Right. Again, given that they were not aware that he had a gun, right, and given that they were, this was like the daytime as well. Like you can come up with all of these, speculations of what he should have done, but at the end of the day, again, you are saying all of these things after the fact. In the situation, what he did was the correct thing to do. Every single expert on active shooter situations advises them to do exactly what they did, with the exception of Holly stepping between them.
This is only if
But
you
wait.
start
And
the story
even
in
though-
the
We
middle.
can all agree,
Even
though,
if
right?
it's
They should have
between them.
never. They should have never went outside.
Yeah, you're
Well,
only
I'm
you're
sure
starting.
we agree with
That's what I'm
that.
saying. You start the story in the middle. So you're like,
Yeah.
what you do is you start the story in the middle and you go, if we start the story in the middle, they did the right things. And it's like, well, yeah, great. I'm not granting you that we're going to start the fucking story in the
Okay,
middle.
but
It shouldn't
hold on,
have
hold on,
been
hold on, hold
out
on.
there in the
But your
first place. We
gotcha-
didn't
That's
disagree
true.
on
Your
that.
gotcha
Yeah,
with
they shouldn't
bringing
have went
me
out.
here. Hold on, your gotcha with
Go ahead.
bringing me here was, hey, Beckett, you wouldn't let her go out with you, right? It's like, yeah, but I wouldn't go out in the first place. I answered your question, which was, no, I wouldn't if I was dumb enough to take those actions. But that's not quite the gotcha you think it is, because again, I'm
No, it
not
is.
Hunter.
It's the gotcha I
act
think it
in a
is.
different way. No, it's not, Andrew. Like, I don't accept that, because let me ask you
But
this
Hunter,
question. If
but
you-
here's
if
the
you
thing,
were
Beckett, I
unarmed,
accept
Well,
it.
if you
I
were
accept it.
unarmed, if you were I don't care what you fucking accept. If you were unarmed, are you
Oh,
telling
he's
me you're dumb enough to go and like?
Beckett is more inclined to stand up to Andrew than he is to Stardust. To see how like I don't care what you think. I don't care what you approve. But like when Stardust is yelling, I'm gonna do this, like he's like cowering in a corner. He's more afraid of his girlfriend than he is the person he's debating.
Confront somebody who you know hates you, feels like you've stolen their partner, wants to kill you, and may be armed. Are you telling me you're that fucking stupid?
No, but I can also tell you unequivocally that if I was such a person who was dumb enough, for whatever reason, in that particular situation to go and confront them, my wife's staying her fucking ass inside. Right, Beckett?
Okay, but so the argument here is Hunter did the dumb thing. And again, this isn't his wife. This is a girl who actually, do you know what? This is kind of an interesting one as well. If you didn't know they were armed and your wife had a much better, let's say your girlfriend, let's say you weren't married, you'd only been together a couple of months, and this was her brother or something, and you know her brother hates you, would you let her come down?
You mean if her brother was showing up?
True.
Yeah, let's say her brother was like really unhappy with your relationship.
Stardust basically thinks her boyfriend is a woman.
Seriously dislike you. Like you suspect that he may want to hurt you.
Yeah.
Would you let her come with you to see her brother?
I don't know. I'm not sure that that's all that relatable when it comes to family versus if it comes to a boyfriend.
Agree with you, because the reason Holly got shot was because that she was trying again. Yes, she did the heroic thing and tried to protect Hunter, but she knew that Hunter was the one that he was after. So much like if you were with your girlfriend and she was going and her brother was coming and she knew that her brother wanted to hurt you.
Yeah,
she may get hit with shrapnel while trying to protect you from her brother. Now that might be that you might argue then. Well, you know,
I think it's a different dynamic between family and somebody you're fucking, bro.
But
I think it's entirely. I think it's entirely.
No, hold on.
I think it's now. Let's say if it was the same history where they're like, my brother's a mentally ill abuser, lunatic, right? Then I would have barricaded us both in, right?
Yeah, okay, but
Unarmed?
no. But we're skipping that point. You didn't call me in here to ask if it was you. Would you barricade your
Other
both?
Jenny is like
in?
based tonight.
You brought me here.
Yeah, but even then, so then the
marriage.
extension of that, then in that situation, if it was the same history, you're just adding it's a brother instead of a boyfriend. I would still, even if I was dumb enough to go and make the confrontation, would still leave my wife the fucking side, Beckett.
Okay, but this is,
and so would you, and so would you.
Almost, but this is why it's almost a. Actually, hold on. I actually don't know if that's the case.
Well, go ahead. You would take something.
No. If Star's brother turned up, that would be a very different dynamic.
No. That's not. Hang on. That's not what you said. So it's all the entire case is the exact same. You're just inserting now it's the brother rather than the lover. But it still has the same abuse, the same all that shit, which the chick reports to you. In this case, the sister.
Now,
yeah, but she has the same. She has the same exact thing. It's just with her brother instead of her lover. You would still do the exact same shit.
But it's not. But it's not just her lover, is it? It's someone she's been with for 11 years. They've been together basically their entire romantic history.
Oh, come on. This is pedantic.
She's 29. She spent her entire 20s with him.
Yeah, this is pedantic.
This is pedantic.
With the brother, she spent her whole life. What's your point? It's the same situation.
My point is
you still would do the exact same thing. You'd barricade yourself in if you had no weapons, and if you didn't, and you were going to go confront, you'd leave the woman there. In both cases, you know it. I know it. Ralph knows it. Ralph's audience knows it. My audience knows it. Stardust, and we all fucking know it.
Yeah, I would barricade us in, but that wasn't your original fucking question, was it? And when you asked me that question, I clarified it immediately that I wouldn't go outside. So the point is, if Star and I had just started dating, like let's roll the relationship back, and it was her ex-husband or something that doesn't exist, by the way, before anyone gets any ideas, that they were still fucking married and they were going through a divorce. Yeah, that probably would be a different situation. Like, because again,
maybe
like generalizing.
But hang on. If we were to hyper specify here and say, okay, if it didn't have any of the abuse markers and it didn't have any of that, then yes, it is a different situation. But in this case, if you're just saying all things are equal, And all of those abuse markers are still there and everything else is still there. It's just now we're inserting a family member rather than somebody you were having sex with and in a relationship with. I still think we would react the exact same way in both those situations. Tell me I'm wrong, Beckett.
Okay, what's a good way to put this? I think that even if you want to make those arguments that the abuse markers are there, so it's an additional, that you've got these exceptions and everything else, I think when you look at this at the aggregate of the way that people behave when they get shot at and murdered, I don't think Hunter's actions aren't out of the realms of reality. And I will say that I think that Hunter's, the only reason this is getting hyperanalyzed the way it is because people hate Hunter Avalon. And I get hating Hunter Avalon, right? Like when he was going through his divorce, I wasn't particularly kind about him. I get that. But in this case, I just feel like I feel like it's picking at those little holes to the point where you're just like, he's just a fucking coward. But Holly's alive. He's alive. Ultimately, well, look, obviously, I don't want anyone to fucking die.
Yeah, Holly did a good,
able to get
Holly
there
did a
and
good
deal
job
with it.
Holly did a good job. Hunter did a
So
bad
did
job.
Hunter.
That simple.
When she got Hunter managed to tourniquet her, she was shot in the
You're
leg,
starting
which
the
is
story in the
incredibly
middle.
dangerous, and she didn't fucking blame
No.
But you
Hunter.
started the story in
Beckett,
the middle
can
as
you and I
well.
agree on this? Can you and I agree on this? Anything that you do,
I have to say, I'm actually really impressed with Andrew, just like keeping, like, he's like, Andrew is playing this so well. He's so even keeled. He's not changing his tone, even though like it's fucking crazy what just happened right in front. He's just like going for the jugular. This is like this man is like a trained debater. He knows how to do this. And even though like I have him blocked on Twitter, probably because he was an asshole, like I'm very impressed with how he's drawn this out of them. He's played it so well that even though I probably rightfully dislike him, I still give credit where credit is due.
is ahead of your relationship. And I sure hope to God you think that you're the head of your relationship. But anything you do is ahead of your relationship, which could affect your woman and could affect your children, you're responsible for.
Tread very
Firstly,
carefully, Beckett.
Firstly,
I know.
firstly, our relationship is a partnership. Our relationship is a partnership. I'm not gonna like fuck off, Andrew. Be like, no.
She just keeps reminding him that she has his dick in a fucking mason jar. Oh my god. It's so disrespectful what she's doing.
Fuck off.
Be very careful. I was thinking.
Listen. I'm British. Fine. Our relationship is a partnership.
He's used to getting caught. Don't worry about it.
No.
What?
All of you.
Did she just say he's used to getting cucked? Rewind.
Listen. I'm British. Fine. Our relationship is a partnership.
He's used to getting caught. Don't worry about it.
No.
She'd take
Fuck all of you.
See?
Our relationship.
Poll numbers just keep going up.
Wait, what did she just say? Stardust, what did you just say? He's used to what?
I'm
He's used to
joking,
getting
I'm joking,
cucked.
obviously.
No.
She's
I
mad
want
at
you
me.
to
No,
say it
it's-
again.
you
Say
weren't
it again.
She's allowed to
joking.
be
You weren't
fucking mad
joking,
at me because
Stardust.
she called me.
We know.
Listen,
We all
listen,
know.
Andrew.
We
You and
see
I
it
are going to have
happening right in front of
fucking
us.
words after this, okay? next time there is anything I can
Yeah,
exploit,
I mean, you and I are
I'm
going to
gonna-
have words after this too, Beckett, just so you know. So, you know.
it's fine.
Find your balls, Beckett. Say that
Yes,
you're the head of the household.
I own the fucking balls.
You
I own the fucking balls, and my balls are bigger than his. All right.
Whew, Beckett, bro. I feel like I'm helping you dodge a bullet here,
No,
brother.
dude, I will fucking murder him. Right?
I feel like this whole stream is a Christmas miracle. Yes, this is a verbal pegging. This is a verbal pegging. Oh my god. If Beckett has any self-respect, he will break up with her. Let's listen again.
So you know. So, you know.
It's fine.
Find your balls, Beckett. Say that you're the head of the household.
No, I
and
own the fucking balls.
You
I own the fucking balls, and my balls are bigger than his. All right.
Whew, Beckett, bro.
Listen, this is really unattractive. Just in case, and I strongly doubt any like 20-something women are still watching at this point. This is, if you are a 20-something woman and you want to get married at some point in your life, this is really fucking unattractive to men. And again, I say that like I'm a fiery bitch, but there is a time and a place to be a fiery bitch, and then there is a time and a place to keep your mouth shut and allow the man to be the man. Like, you don't have to be turned up to 11 at all times. You really don't. Life is about balance. You should have a little bit of both. And if you does anyone find this attractive in a woman? I mean, I know some men pay to go to like dominatrixes and stuff like that, but it's like, that's a different thing. It's like, if you're going to engage in this type of emasculating behavior, you should literally be paying the woman to do it. That is the only place that is acceptable. Or in the bedroom where, like, okay, maybe in the bedroom, fine, but like, it is not acceptable to do this live on the internet. Like, this is unacceptable. Maybe Beckett has maybe Beckett has a humiliation fetish. That's the only possible explanation. But like, you can have that in the bedroom. You can do it behind closed doors. No one would ever know. Just don't make a sex tape. It's not attractive, right? It's really not.
Oh, I feel like I'm helping you dodge a bullet here, brother.
Dude, I will
Andrew is correct.
fucking murder him, right?
Wow.
Firstly, our relationships are partnership. Secondly, yes,
Whew.
I do think that, but I
No,
also
it's not,
expect Star
Beckett. No, it's
to
not.
feel
It is
exactly
not a
the same
partnership.
way. And
That's not
I've
what
said
this
this multiple
is.
times. One of the reasons that I date Star is how reliable she is, how intelligent she is. She's great at those
Oh
things.
God.
So
Get
I
that
don't
in
need
there. I'm
to.
trying to
I
do
don't
some
need
work.
to carry all the fucking burden.
Beckett, is it a partnership or is it a partnership?
What's that meant to
Okay,
mean? Do you mean
check
do we have a
your
destiny
once again.
relationship?
Well, I mean,
No.
like right now while you're on air, it's a partnership. But then behind the
You're
scenes,
so-
you might be like, why don't you
Okay,
shut the fuck
we
up?
don't wanna-
Scuzz
we don't
Ball?
wanna
Why
go
don't
there,
you shut the
Beckett.
fuck up? And
let's
you're
be
gonna do
real.
what I say. Like, what?
No. Let's be real. Beckett does not even want to go there because it is a partnership, and how much
It
of a
is.
partnership it
Then
is.
why do you need
It
to tell
would
him
be
what to
actually
do, Stardust?
honestly not good for him. So yeah.
Wow.
The
All
Christmas
right.
spirit is in the
Very-
air.
very
here.
helpful.
It's true. It's true. Have a holly jolly. All right. Look, I'll leave it there, guys. I've enjoyed very
Wow.
much the conversation. I feel like I'm gonna get Beckett killed if we keep
I think you
going.
might. Yeah, let's stop there. I do have one super
Thanks,
chat
Andrew.
for
I
you.
really appreciate this, buddy. This has been
I'm
fucking
gonna say
fantastic.
he really got you, man. All right.
Fucking
Wow.
Yankoid cunt.
Who did you think you were talking to? You got
Oh man, he got
literally.
him.
You
I
fucking
knew that was
warning us
about to
what the
happen
question
too.
was.
Oh.
And it was just
No,
so
wait,
Andrew wants to fight
wait.
you. Sure, I
Beckett,
don't
no,
fucking
Beckett,
know.
shut up. Beckett, shut the fuck up. All right.
Yeah,
Andrew,
Beckett.
Andrew and Ethan. Okay. Who the fuck did you think you were talking to?
I
Do
knew
you
what
think
was
that
gonna happen.
You
I can
think
see it
that
from a
I
mile
would
away.
date somebody who wouldn't be able to handle how feminist I am? Are you fucking kidding me?
I mean, Stardust, no man
Listen,
could come out and say they would let their woman go out with them to confront a guy with a
I-
shotgun or they'd be called a
that he
pussy.
would
Like,
let me. Not
what
that
the
he would
fuck?
let
Like-
me. That he cannot
Well,
they
fucking
wouldn't put you
stop me.
down, Stardust.
Alright?
Like, what the
No,
fuck? You can't let a
Stardust.
woman go outside with a
How-
maniac.
oh,
Like,
Beckett, how many times have I been the one going out? All right, let me
I'm
just
just
say
saying.
that. All right,
he couldn't say that even if he would let that happen because he would look like a
Listen,
pussy to everybody.
Star is, listen. Star is
Maybe
highly
don't-
fucking capable. No. Star is highly fucking capable.
Uh-huh.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
But that's why is she getting left
so
in the house
the
then?
problem with
Why is she
this
getting
is
left in the
the
house if
question
she's
is
so
how would I
capable?
react in
Beckett?
this situation? And it's probably not the same sort of like logical, rational thing with everything else because I've been in situations like this. I've seen them go fucking horribly wrong. But again, Hunter probably doesn't have that fucking experience. That's why it's a bit of an unfair question.
That's because his woman was out getting gangbanged with a camel.
That's because most people smart enough to not get themselves into these situations
Where
in the
their
first
wife
place. I
leaves
was
them
just
to go get
dumb when I was
gangbanged?
younger.
Where their wife leaves him to get gangbanged. Now listen, I can understand if it was Carissa, maybe he'd want her to jump in front while he ran the fuck off. But if it's a chick that you like
True.
or a
We're
chick
fucked.
that you're with,
We're
who you have some
completely fucked
respect for or
in every
something like
possible
this,
way.
come on,
And
Beckett.
none of them are good.
She ain't coming out the fuking door with you. That's just the way it works, bro.
he can't fucking stop me. He can't.
Oh,
I
he
don't
can
think
stop you.
Hunter could have. I don't think Hunter could have stopped Holly, and also I don't think the dynamics are the same.
Oh yeah.
I just don't.
I'm sure he couldn't have stopped her when she had a bullet hole in her fucking leg. Couldn't moved her to a covered position while he stood in front of the glass door. There's no possible way, Beckett. It's just like there's no way he could have done that.
Hold on. From what I can remember in the footage, like there's not a huge amount to cover anyway.
Oh yes, there is. Next to
They're
that slider.
overlooking the balcony. No, hold on. They're overlooking the balcony where the stairs are coming up so that they can see access to their front door. He's the one leaning.
Do you know how we know for sure that they're not having sex? Not just that they live on 2 different continents, which we can analyze the psychology behind why they both chose to be in long distance relationships. And I'll cut to the chase. It's intimacy issues. But do you know how we know they're not having sex? Because if they were having sex, then Stardust would be able to like submit to her man a little bit better, because ain't no one having an orgasm if they're holding on that tightly. Like she could channel that fiery, bitchy energy into sex in 97 different ways, and probably many more than that. But like you can't, you literally can't. You cannot have an orgasm if you don't let go. And Stardust is wound way too tightly, so more evidence that they're not having sex.
Over to get the information. Firstly, he needs to get that information to see if like the guy's coming through, and if Holly's in his position, isn't she just as fucking vulnerable?
No, she's
the
less
dude
vulnerable.
wasn't in the. The dude wasn't in the apartment at the time.
Yeah.
He didn't want to shoot Holly. They knew that she didn't.
He was looking out
because
in case he came in. So they were looking from 2 positions. So he's looking from the position off to his right, which is off the side of his deck, which has an elevated, at least some kind of fence that's right there that you can see, right? Which is very common for decks inside of the United States, especially if you're on a second story. But even on the first story, you'll have some type of gate around the deck, wooden gate. She would have been in a better position to be on that side while he stood in front of the glass, but instead she stood in front of the glass, even though she had a bullet wound already.
But she was also texting him at the time.
So
about how
she couldn't text him from a covered position.
We're just having the same exact fucking debate that I had with Andrew. Like,
fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, I think you're just running in a.
You really want to do the same exact debate with him, you know?
Amazing overtime segment on the Killstream. I have to say, there was one super chat for you, Andrew.
It was quite something indeed.
Let me read this. It says, BPF's lungs, please, Andrew, we can't take any more cigarettes. You have smoked 2 packs in this debate alone. Please, we are so black. We have started robbing liquor stores, is what it says.
Fuck you, BPF's lungs.
Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas to you,
doesn't
Ethan.
cause any problems, Beckett. I knew that was about to happen. Impish behavior.
No,
from
I
Mr.
probably
Wilson.
shouldn't have invited him. I shouldn't have even told him. I shouldn't have even told Beckett that Andrew was asking for him to come on.
Exactly
because of course,
exactly, Stardust. You should have protected your man, Stardust. You should have protected him from the mean man on the internet. You should have protected him from this whole thing. And then you expect us to believe, Stardust, that you're not going to like run right in front of Andrew or Beckett, excuse me. You expect us to believe that you're so defensive about your boyfriend talking to someone on the internet that you're not going to like run right in front of him and be the one to get shot just to prove you're a fucking feminist?
He's just going to use it as an opportunity to undermine me, right? So nice. Thanks.
Beckett, you're in the doghouse.
You're in the doghouse. Yeah, you better
No,
start shopping for some nice
all of
Christmas
you are in
gifts.
the doghouse.
I didn't do
Every
anything,
single one of
Stardust.
you. Andrew, we are no longer friends. I'm no longer friends with Andrew. I'm no longer friends with Ethan. And Beckett, goodbye. All right, I'm just saying. I am no longer.
I didn't do anything.
None of us. I'm done.
No, that's not
Ethan.
fair.
Ethan didn't even do nothing.
That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
I even stopped you from breaking up with him on air. What do you mean?
It would have been content. Why did you stop it?
Well, because I felt bad for you. What the fuck? I didn't want to see that.
Oh, well, Ethan, I'm sorry that I broke up all of your friendships this
What the
evening. but
fuck,
thank
man?
you-
I can't
thank
lose
you.
any more friends.
Thank you for having me on the kill stream this evening. I appreciate
Merry
it.
fucking Christmas to all of you. The
Merry
unstoppable
fucking
Stardust, the
Christmas.
indomitable Andrew Wilson. Beckett, thank you for joining us in your debut. What a hellacious debut here.
Have a great night, man.
Good night.
Right.
Wow.
Thank you for having
Thanks,
us,
Phil.
You're
Ethan.
welcome. Merry Christmas,
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
Stardust.
Merry
Yes.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Bye. Merry
Bye.
Christmas.
Bye.
And really, what did we learn from all of this? That big tech has a point about a woman can't gain power without weakening the man. Yeah. I feel like Stardust has inadvertently proved every single fucking point that big tech made in that debate that we watched yesterday. And I know that we all hate to agree with him, but we do, because Stardust just made it too impossible not to agree with him. Wow. Well, okay, that's all for that one, and it's 1:30 at night. But so if you want to like head out, I totally understand. But what I want to do, just for my own edification, I want to watch what Brittany said on Politically Provoked about this, about the stream from yesterday, just because I actually haven't seen this yet. And so I can either sit here and watch it by myself, or I can watch it with friends on the internet. So like, we're switching gears. We're going back to the stream from yesterday, and where I want to see what this bitch had to say. But so if you want to head out, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Please do mount the like button on the way out the door. That was everything I hoped it would be. If you want to stay around for more drama, you are also welcome to stay for that. And let's see what this bitch had to say. Let's just get it queued up to when she starts talking about me. Okay.
Did you like
What
that?
happened? What happened? Shut up.
All right, let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
Carlin, this girl.
This bitch.
What's her name again? Oh, yeah, there it is. Uh-oh, she's moving on to Stardust. She's got a Stardust thing now.
Oh,
Oh, we didn't watch that. So Stardust was sniping. Look at this title. Getting to know Big Tech, my new internet boyfriend.
True.
Thinks women are property.
True.
How cute. Fuck's sake.
It's
No, what I
all
was
fun and
gonna say is that
games.
she-
story.
She got
It's
so
all fun
excited
and
with the attention she was getting from Groypers when that like whole first thing. It's the most attention she's ever gotten from men in
Oh,
her entire life.
Not
And
true at
then
all.
all of a sudden,
bitch.
Like she thought she had some kind of power in that situation because
See,
like you know,
here's the thing. Women who whore themselves out on the internet because they have no real jobs and are just living off daddy's money, and they whore themselves out on the internet because no man in real life wants to fuck them, and so they get all pretty, and they make the younger incels that are sexually repressed feel like they have a chance with a girl someday. They always underestimate how appealing some men find tomboys. Because you know what, Brittany? Men like hanging out with me a lot more than they like hanging out with women like you. Because I'm not an evil cunt. And so like just you know, she's got the blonde hair, she's got the boobs, and so she thinks that every man is going to choose her over me. But that really hasn't been my experience. Not my experience at all. Exactly. Tomboys for the win. Men fucking love tomboys. They don't always admit it because their friends give them shit, but men fucking love tomboys. And guess what? We give way better blowjobs too. It's just a fact. I don't make the rules.
she felt like she was more useful to them like than they were to her or whatever, which is not true.
That's
And
not actually what I thought
she
at
tried
all.
to use that
That's not
and
what I
like
thought at all.
manipulate it when like they were kind of like coming at her a little bit and got a little too power hungry with it. And
Then why did I block half of them on Twitter, Brittany? Why did I block? She was trying to manipulate the Groypers and use them for her own evil ends. No, Brittany, I blocked half of them on Twitter because they got annoying and they started fucking with my real shit. Playing, Brittany, I know, girl, I know you don't know how to do real things on the internet. You just whine and complain and stream other people while you sit there and flirt with the incels in your chat. I know that you don't know how to do real things, Brittany, but when I'm not on vacation, I actually do real shit. And so my real shit is far more important to me than 20 something like men who have never had sex turning their attention to me. Yes, we are meta streaming. We are reacting to a stream that was reacting to me because Brittany's all upset that big tech didn't want her, and she's working out her feelings because he liked the tomboy better. I'm just saying. It's all fun and games until an internet joke becomes real.
And overthought how much power she had in that
I know
situation.
I'm not lying
and
about
then they all turned on
tomboys.
her completely.
They didn't turn on me.
And she was expecting
Wait.
she was the belle of the.
They turned on me because they were upset that I. Hang on. So let me get this straight. I blocked them on Twitter. They were angry that I blocked them on Twitter, and they turned on me. Are you really suggesting that's what happened? That I blocked them on Twitter. They were angry that I blocked them on Twitter, but they turned on me. Does that timeline even make sense, Brittany? Really? Does that even make sense? Because it kind of sounds like I decided that I'd had enough fun with them, which is why I blocked them on Twitter. And then they complained about the fact that I blocked them on Twitter. Like, it's fun at first. Some of the gripers are still around. I still have gripers that come and hang out in the chat and stuff. But, like, if they're going to be annoying and disruptive, that goes against everything that I'm doing. So I'm sorry. Like, you know, it's like sometimes these jokes only play out so far.
Ball for
Yeah.
a second.
She was expecting Nick to save her. Like, nobody
No, I
fucking
didn't.
cared about you that much.
No,
Like,
I didn't.
You have like 106,000 subscribers.
I literally did not expect Nick to do anything. I didn't want Nick to do anything because if Nick had done anything, he actually would have made the problem worse. That was why, Brittany, I blocked them. I fucking literally told Nick I didn't expect him to do anything. Jesus Christ.
Subscribers on this stream that she did. She had like 80 people watching.
Yes, Brittany, correct.
Sorry,
correct.
but like the most engagement she ever got was when she started talking to groypers. And so,
Brittany, do you know anything about my past at all? Like, do you know I've got over 100 million views on my work, Brittany, and you think that I was getting off on the engagement of 20 to 30 groypers for a couple weeks? Are you shitting me? Oh. Why did I knew this was a mistake. I knew this was a mistake. Yeah, Brittany, she's so talented. She's so talented. As talented as a half-eaten breakfast.
she was like, she's been like thirsting for that, like ever since she lost it. So now she's
Really?
moving on to big tech. She started doing some Thorpe stuff. She's like trying to find any possible way while also somewhat pretending that she.
I was watching the Thorpe stuff because Naptown told me to watch the Thorpe stuff, and I was like, eh. And then I was on vacation, and I wasn't doing socialist content, and so I was like, fuck it. They've made like 87 videos about the Thorpes. I didn't even realize he was in one of them until like I saw it until like we started watching. I was like, oh, okay.
Doesn't want that attention. And it's so funny.
She's pretending
Really?
she doesn't want the drama. She wants to do socialism. She's still whatever while like looking for
I'm on
any possible
vacation.
entrance into
Mhm.
the sector.
Mhm.
And
Like, you know,
yeah, so
everybody forgot about her. She-
I promise you guys, after the new year, I'm gonna go back to doing socialism. Like, she is desperate to be a groyper. No, no. Oh my god.
he was still doing like a whole Nick things and like, like
I've been doing Nick
it's
things for
just so
years. I've
stupid.
literally been covering Nick stuff
So
for
this
years.
is her.
I literally pissed the Groypers off with the streams that I've done about Nick. Oh my god.
We're not gonna do the whole thing, but yeah, it was a whole 3.5-hour stream. I almost want to go to the end where we were fighting with it.
See, Brittany just wants to watch herself.
And look at this.
She
Look
wants
at
to watch
that.
herself.
What?
Look at that thing.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that thing. Yeah.
I
Big
know.
girl.
I know.
Big girl. And
I mean, look
surprisingly,
at that.
this is her looking better than normal. This is her looking better than she normally does.
It's absolutely wild.
Uh-huh.
This is, the crazy.
I just had Groypers sliding into my DMs today. If I look so awful, Brittany, then why are they sliding into my DMs? Then why? I had like 2 Groypers sliding into my DMs today. And of course, Brittany's upset about that because she wants to have all the young incels to herself. And she just can't stand when her teenage virgins start talking to other people. Jesus Christ. Like, the only argument these people have against me is like, she's fat, she's fat, she's fat, she's fat, she's fat. It's like, bitch, if that's literally all you have, you don't really have that much.
Craziest thing. This girl's like, you're not man enough for a girl like me. And like, I would.
What? Well, no, he's not. Mio is
like,
absolutely not man enough for someone like him.
Like, I would make
Absolutely
sure
not.
and shut it down
100%.
if a girl that looked like this was going around calling me her internet boyfriend, even
He
as a
started
joke, like
it.
as an ironic bit or whatever, like doing a weird flirty.
Big Tech started it. I didn't start this. Jesus Christ. There's literally footage of him fucking starting it. And there's not even, like, he even started it before this. He started it like a week and a half ago. She's so bent out of shape.
He gives me tingles, tee like, yeah, I don't want like fat pigs on stream, like fangirling and like getting tingles over me.
I mean, he seemed to be fine with it.
I would
He seemed to be pretty okay with it.
If that was happening to me.
He
Like,
seemed to be
fat
pretty
girls.
okay with it.
Like, oh, make those grunting noises again. I love it. Oh, what the fuck is happening here?
So we're not gonna watch like the whole
I
freaking
fixed
thing.
my
Obviously,
knitting.
like maybe watch a
fixed
different
my
day.
knitting.
But like we'll watch like maybe some
The
of the
important
beginning,
part.
and some of like the end when we were fighting with her
Yes,
a little bit,
let's
and just kind of like
let's watch the beginning where he literally calls me his internet girlfriend. Let's watch him start it. But it actually started before this.
house through a little bit of it. She looks hungry, says Wally.
She looks hungry.
So
Yeah.
real.
I mean,
She
like-
does look hungry.
like Mio's really one to talk, isn't he? He's one to talk when he won't even show his face on the internet. I'm gonna be honest, like the only thing that Mio shows on the internet is like a picture of his eye. And I'm just saying that you can always get a vibe about how men feel about the size of their cock. You can always tell if a man is happy with the size of his cock or not happy with the size of his cock, even if the only thing you have to work with is an eye. And I just gotta say, I don't get the impression that Mio is, well, altogether satisfied. That's his problem to work out in therapy, I suppose. I mean, it kind of looks like, I don't know. I wouldn't have ascribed it as a good-looking eye. It doesn't provoke for me someone that, like, there's a reason that Mio is not showing his face on the internet. Let's just say that.
I found food.
Holy shit, this girl.
God was fucking my stream on Christmas before it even got started, but you know what? We worked it out. I'm only wearing a headphone on kind of one ear so I can actually hear myself talk. My mic is working. My mic stopped working for a second. It was like
I really hope these two kids
everything
make
in
it.
the universe was saying, "Don't do it, don't do it." And now I see a spider in the corner of my office that I'm gonna have to get my husband to come kill later. It's another sign of the apocalypse.
Wait, her husband?
Husband.
That's
yes.
unnerving.
Yes.
Whatever.
Does she actually have a
Yes.
husband?
I do.
Yo.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
a husband.
Maybe. But I do. Married to a man. Haha. Too bad. So sad. But we have.
All right, where's the
very
husband?
important
Let's see the
business
husband.
to discuss today.
Is that the pedo guy or something? Like, does she actually have a
No.
husband, or is she just pretending? Is she like, I have a husband?
No, I do actually have a husband.
Well, her husband's a pedo.
No.
I heard something about him being a pedo,
Wrong. Wrong.
but I don't. I thought they
Wrong.
weren't together anymore.
Wrong. Because he was my college fucking boyfriend and he wasn't even a pedo
Mm.
to begin with. My husband is a completely different
Okay.
person. Jesus fucking Christ.
Checks out.
First of all, Merry Christmas. I hope you guys got everything you
Yeah,
wanted.
yeah.
I got a new chair. Here's the position that I was sitting in the chair. But now I need to figure out how to sit in the new
Carla, this is
chair
very
and
weird
finagle it with
stuff.
the desk and the camera. My husband came through. He has got his Legos.
Not alleged.
He's
he
got his
a guilty
Legos!
charge.
Yep, he does. He does. He's got his Legos.
How's his red chat? Look what Chuck said. Not alleged. He got a guilty charge.
Did you not hear what? Okay, hold on. Let me
No,
rewind
what?
that because
Okay. What?
she just said.
He got a 7,500 piece fucking Millennium Falcon Lego set. This isn't like toddler Legos. This is a 7,500 piece Millennium Falcon.
My husband got like something like what do you want? He got his Legos.
Yeah,
I bet he wants some fucking Legos.
he does want
Oh,
fucking
no.
Legos.
Oh, that's so funny.
Husband came
All
through.
men want
He
the
has got his
7,500
Legos.
piece Millennium
He's
Falcon
clearing
Lego
off a
set.
place to do his Legos that will hopefully keep him occupied for
No.
at least a week.
Yeah, children's toys. That's good.
How surprising that the pedo.
There is not a fucking the 7,500 piece Millennium Falcon is not a children's toy. Jesus fucking Christ, these people. Legos are for grown-ups too, children. And you know, like half of the groypers in the chat are like, I wonder what he got. Like, did like it's Star Wars Legos. All men want Star Wars Legos. Yeah. Does she not know that like 50% of men buy these mega sets to build and put on display? My husband has a whole fucking wall of Star Wars Legos. He's got the other Millennium Falcon that's smaller. He's got the Death Star. He's got a giant ass ship. He has all sorts of models. This is like the granddaddy of fucking Lego sets, and he fucking loves it, and I gave it to him because I'm the best wife ever. Don't let the internet boyfriend fool you. The internet is not real life. It's just fucking around. Men like to build things, Brittany.
No guy wants toys that are designed for like 8 and below.
Because they're
Triz,
not
we were just
designed for
talking
8
about his,
and
like,
below.
pedophile charges.
Not actually the same person. Not
playing
actually
with
the
his
same
children's
person
toys
at
now?
all.
Sorry, like if you have pedo charges against you,
This bitch
the first
is
thing
so
No
stupid.
buying, no
you don't want
children's
kids' toy.
toys.
You want to get your
For the record, at this point when they're watching this, there is literally a photo of the fucking Lego set and my husband building the Lego set on my Twitter that they could have availed themselves of if they wanted to prove that in fact I do have a man, whereas Brittany is a fucking spinster that lives off her father. The chat is I'm not even like looking at the chat. Yeah, leave Legos alone, you faggots. Oh, Happy New Year to you too.
Christmas gifts at Toys R Us. All right, I'm sorry,
Look at
but your
that Toys
Christmas
R
gifts should
Us.
not be coming from Toys R Us.
It didn't
if you
come
have
from
pedo
Toys
charges
R Us.
against you.
And you know
The
there are pedo
fuck?
charges.
Oh my
God, Brittany.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Brittany.
Stop, TND. Are we
Brittany,
actually effing or
Brittany.
not?
Wait, someone
Brittany.
says the pedo guy is a different guy.
Different
it?
guy. Oh.
So it's a different guy playing with Legos.
Yes.
So she's just got a type, is what you're saying.
Wow.
Like that seems what's happening.
Wow. Brittany's really impressing all those
Okay.
gripers in chat that wish they had the 7,500 piece
so that
Millennium
I can
Falcon.
gallivant around on the internet on Christmas. I hope you guys all had a good day. Let me know if you got anything fun in the chat. And now we're just gonna chill. We're gonna chill. I had a little stressful time getting here, so let's just burn an incense. Okay, let's do frankincense and myrrh.
Damn, I want to
Celebrate
say
the birth of
something.
our Lord, even though we all know that Jesus is a Pisces. Jesus was not born on December 25th. Anyone who says Jesus was born on December 25th does
This is
not
so
understand
Reddit.
astrology at all.
Does say that?
There is no way that
Um,
Jesus is not a Pisces.
yeah, go
Can we
ahead.
all agree
Yeah,
on that?
no.
Anyway, I got some frankincense
Go on.
and myrrh.
What did I say?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be mean on Christmas.
So it's like a certain person's. We're not gonna name names. Ex-wife. You guys can figure out who that is.
She's so
He's a
pissed.
streamer here.
She's so
Is
pissed.
what he's saying.
Someone else
See-
who plays
see-
with children's toys.
See,
Hey. All right. Calm yourself. You calm down, all right?
Myrrh. There we go. It's in my little incense holder over there. Hey, bitch. Brooklyn's back on
Oh
Twitter.
my god, I don't
Very important
care.
announcement.
And our goddess, our abolish the family queen. That was really nice of you. Because we agree on the Palestine issue. Like, I'm in total agreement with her. Palestine, like, see the alliance as you and the queen way of actions. We should. So let me
Stick
show
to
you
my
my
knitting.
new internet boyfriend and show
There
you
we
what he
go.
said on his channel yesterday. When he sniped my stream, let's see.
So good. All right. Well, I was about to go into a bean segment. Welcome.
That's so unlike him.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Well, can we just give him points for using Blue Monday as his music? Because that's basically one of my favorite songs ever. So
Aww.
the best cover of that is Orgy from back in the day. If you've never listened to an Orgy is the name of a band. I'm not just being salacious. They're the name of a band, but their first album still holds up. I still listen to it to this day. Anyway,
Buddy, Merry Christmas Eve. We're gonna bean. We're gonna bean. We got a Merry Beansmas. We're gonna be beaning. We are going to bean, but I also just got notified that my girlfriend, my sexy girlfriend Carlin.
Oh, he started it.
he
my super
started
hot
it.
sexy girlfriend
Yes, Brittany.
Carlin is
Yes,
reviewing some throat
yes,
content.
yes, exactly, Brittany. He fucking started it. Because some men like tomboys, Brittany. Some men don't like bitches that live off their father and just complain on the internet all day. Jesus Christ. Chat's on my side. Her chat is on my side.
Talking
Girlfriend
about me?
playing
Okay.
a video game.
Right? You know what the I hope
Or
you
something.
know that the answer would be that you would immediately
Let's see what's going on.
Indeed.
You're having the gayest power fantasy drama in your head right now. If I was
This
in
is
that
so
place,
meta.
I
Look
would
at this.
totally.
Look at this. Look at this. He sniped my stream last night while I was streaming him with those other crazy people, and he's watching that. And now this is so meta. This could go on forever and ever and ever.
Our little back and forth is
I
so
would get on my
cute.
horse. and I would
It's so
put on my
funny. And she at one point says to us when she found out that we were all kind of checking in. Oh, you guys just
Now
wait
it's
around for
even
somebody
more
to
meta. Now it's even more meta. Now it's even more meta than it was before. Now I'm on 3 screens instead of just 2. Super meta. How much more meta can we go?
mention your name. No, most people, when that happens, somebody tells you that somebody's streaming about you or somebody's talking about you or somebody's whatever. We don't sit there and browse all of the internet to waiting for that moment for that to happen.
It's true.
We kind of
It's true.
find out, and then of course we're gonna
It's
get in
true.
on that. What do you mean? Of course. But she doesn't have people that do that for her. So like, obviously she doesn't
Brittany.
understand, so.
No, Brittany. I always have people who tell me when people are talking about me on the internet. I know you might not be impressed with my streaming numbers, but bitch, I have a platform that dwarfs yours like several fucking dozen times over. I always have people that tell me. The difference is that I don't stop everything I'm doing to find out what is going on and insert myself. If someone else is talking about me, that is their fucking business. It is not my business because I have other shit going on. And I'm not going to stop my day just because some bitch is upset at me on the internet. This stream wasn't even about Brittany. Brittany was barely even involved in this stream. The only reason that Brittany is interested in this is because she's pissed off because she wanted to fuck Big Tech and he didn't want to fuck her. And she says to spread all this shit about him. And now she's upset that he thinks she's crazy. That's all this is. She's so desperate to be relevant. Desperate. I mean, yeah, exactly. Brittany, what does it say about you, Brittany, that I have both a husband and an internet boyfriend at the same time? At the same time, and you have no one. You have no one. You have Mio. That's it. Tomboy wins again. It's the blowjobs. It's really we're much better at blowjobs than women like this. Significantly better.
Black hat, and I would strap my 6 guns up.
Right.
And
I
roll
also,
out with my...
Brittany, did you know that I not only have an internet boyfriend, I also have an internet girlfriend at the same time? We haven't even introduced you to Sophie yet. Had you not skipped over that part of the stream, Brittany, you would know I have a boyfriend and a girlfriend and a husband, and you have no one. You have no one. You have your father who is still funding your streamer like wannabe lifestyle. Quite possibly, Rachel. Quite possibly. Yeah. Yes, I have several other internet affairs going on. I didn't say we were exclusive. I didn't agree to that. And I have a stalker. I have several stalkers. I have more stalkers than just Autumn. And Grandpa Henry, you know, we can't forget about him. Exactly. Henry Giroux. True.
Posse, because I'm a man.
That's what you're doing. Guy, even though you
I'm
think
so
that's
tough. I remember this from the VC call.
If only she watched the stream without skipping the important parts.
You're not up for it. I get it. You're not
If
up for
only she watched the stream.
Yo! Hey, thanks, Space Gosling.
What do you mean? You're not being a man. You didn't do anything
Based.
about it.
Yeah, you're just teasing online. I was literally just crying on the internet. Merry Christmas.
Why do you want to be a stalker, though?
Merry Christmas.
Like, can we just unpack this for a second? Why do you want to be a stalker? Being a stalker isn't cool, bro. Stalkers are crazy. They're hate-filled. They're people that love you more than the people that love you most on the internet. Like, you don't want to be a stalker. Like, can you do something like just find yourself a nice internet girl? Like, maybe we can be internet boyfriend and girlfriend too. I mean, I don't know you. You're new here. You're not using your real name or photo. We'd have to work on that. But like, that's way nicer than being a stalker. Way nicer. Stalking takes too much work. It takes too much energy. It's not fulfilling. Like, you never actually accomplish anything. Because I'm being 100% totally serious. Yes, that's it. I'm definitely not being sarcastic at all. It was all an illusion.
Did you call the cops? I haven't called the police yet, but I let Smith know.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Why do you
ain't even no sheets on that bed. I see a mattress. I'm here for it. I wish you guys nothing but the best. I hope you do blast off. I think Grace actually.
Gagmitch! 5 subscriptions.
Yo, Gagmitch coming in with 5. Oh, thanks, Gagmitch. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
On my stream and chat for like 2 hours, and then he goes on the stream.
Christmas.
What he should have done is just done whatever.
Christ is king.
So really.
Who are these people? We're in the trailer park now. My God.
To us this day.
And then someone told me he was sniping my stream. This was not part of the plan.
No, that's just what you are.
Strung through his eyes because he constantly abuses everybody.
God.
Three kings of Orient.
My first experience with her,
This is not fair.
Bearing gifts and travel so far.
Vince, I misread that. I'm sorry about that. I didn't read that whole thing proper. I'm sorry.
Which it
kinda seems
Oh my
like
god, what is
same time.
happening? Why is it like all like talking so
All the
much at the same time?
Should we sing just Christmas carols? We could do a
We're
Christmas carol stream.
3 meta today. 3 meta.
Two hats. Merry Christmas.
Oh yeah, there I am.
Thank you, Jimmy.
There I am.
2 hats.
There I am. Yep.
Did somebody what?
There I am. There I am on Big Tech's channel.
Oh, she
Yep.
found out I'm
There I
sniping.
am.
Hi, Carlin.
Yep.
Hi.
Yep.
Hi. Hey. What's up, girl? What you
See,
doing?
we're gonna make
my
a whole
God.
meta stream of this now.
Oh God.
And we did.
Oh my god. So she already snipes it and then is now talking about the snipe. This is getting better. And better.
I'm an
Wait a minute.
internet
I love it.
pansexual
So this-
polyamorous.
well, I
Exactly.
mean,
Exactly.
so
That makes me
this
clear,
isn't all
right?
just in her head. I mean, he is
No!
flirting.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly. It's not just in my head. He fucking started it. Jesus Christ. They don't know what to fucking do with the fact that I didn't just make this up. I just want to thank Big Tech for giving me this gift. This is the gift that's going to keep on giving. Like, I find him even more attractive now that Brittany is tweaked so damn badly about this whole scenario. That's a good question, John. How powerful would I be if I had clones? We should work on that. Can you imagine how many internet boyfriends I could get if I had clones?
Yeah, well, he does
Hey,
that.
girl, what's up? My new girlfriend. My new.
Mhm.
Wow. You couldn't pay me to say that about a fat girl. You couldn't pay me. I would not say that about a fat girl for a $200 dono goal.
Try it. Give us $200, you guys.
I wouldn't do it.
I think we can fucking make it happen.
I didn't say that I would do it for just that. I said I wouldn't do it for.
Exactly. I could basically
Let's go
save
with
the
that.
world.
Let's
Are
test
you
that
kidding
theory
me?
out.
You have a troll like looks like this running up and down. Oh yeah.
Basically,
Oh,
look
me
at, like,
and him.
save
And look
the
at how much
world.
grosser she looks in that one, too.
How much grosser?
A whole
So
match
I was wearing a hat.
Based.
I know.
Well, somebody just told me that you were
All right,
watching some of
fine,
my stuff, so I'm just
whatever,
sniping.
Fine.
I'm
Snipe
just
the stream,
sniping.
bitch. I don't care.
You told me a bit.
I did.
Damn.
You failed to mention
I don't know why exactly I called him a bitch, but whatever.
Let me say hi to her in the chat.
No, I think that's what it is that she's like.
Oh, subscriber only. What the?
I mean, when I watch it, if that makes you sad,
Some of
go
us
cry
have
to your
How do you
standards.
subscribe?
Not
Okay?
Smith
Some of us have
literally telling me
standards.
5 minutes into meeting
Wait a
him that
minute.
he makes himself cry on purpose about his parents.
Am I not?
Oh, Smith, come on now. Oh, she has all this.
Not even subscribed to my channel. I'm self-conscious.
Oh,
He's my
I'm
internet
not
boyfriend.
subscribed.
Not even
Whoops.
subscribed. I don't know how to handle it. It's like one of those things where like it's like a psychological study where like you're being watched by someone and so you act differently. Not like that I wasn't live on the internet anyway, but it's like I don't know what to do with this.
Like,
Oh,
at least you know it's
She feels nervous because, just because like every girl in the internet,
like is taking somebody.
she's got a crush on me.
I
Carlin has a
remember
crush
this
on me
stream that
'cause I'm
Grace
cute-
did with her fucking legs wide open.
Cute and handsome and smart and cool.
Somebody who
Yep, fact
So now she
checker.
knows that her crush is watching. It's okay. It's okay. I'll allow it.
So
Clutch with gifted 10 subscriptions on Kick. 10
so that's my new internet boyfriend apparently. And so
Okay,
I
so
thought
this is the line. This is the angle. Well, I just raise up all the girls.
She's moved
and
on
it
from
just
Nick
so
now
happens
to.
that the only one that's responding is the
yes,
fat
I have a
pig.
whole
I just-
internet. I have a whole internet harem.
Yeah, I'm just hey, all the girls like me. That's why I'm flirting with the piggy one.
So gross, man.
It's true, I am so
Brittany's
like
so
well, I've got
upset.
I'm so
so
swamped with
upset.
girls, you see, that here's my shining star.
So upset.
I would
They just
spend
can't
some
deal with
time on
it.
this glorious
They
holiday
can't deal with it.
getting to know my new internet boyfriend a little bit because
You
I
heard
don't
it
know.
here
I
first.
don't actually really know that much about what he believes. I like we had a chat for like a couple hours maybe. I'm a gift to the world. I'll accept that. Thank you. I don't know if he's wholesome enough for me. I don't know. We're gonna find out. These are before you jump into a forbidden internet
Carlin. Give him a
romance. These
shot.
are the important questions. Okay, is he wholesome enough? Let's see. So I found a debate he did. I don't know exactly when this happened, but I mean, apparently some
your shot.
young woman who I also don't know, but have heard
Shoot your
of
shot,
on
Carlin.
the internet,
You got this.
like says that he's a crazy
Come on,
man.
Carlin,
That says
you
women are
got this.
property. And so it's a little bit of a longer thing, but we have some time.
You two
I
are in the
have
same
some
range,
that I'm working
basically.
on. I don't really know what I'm making. I have kind of an idea, but I'm just kind of like knitting at the moment. And so I thought I would just spend some time watching this debate and getting to know the new internet boyfriend. How's that sound to everyone? How's that sound? Did I even set the sound up correctly on that? It's a tech issue type of day. There it is. Now it's set up. All right, let's get started. Let's see.
Do you think that it takes some strength?
And then and
Okay,
then
and tell me, does this look like a bleached beard to you?
Why do they care?
Bleached.
Okay, first of all,
Why do they
bleach does not
care?
look like that.
Why do they care? Why are they so obsessed with whatever he did to his beard? Why does it matter to them? It's like they have been like, I have seen now like at least a dozen clips. Okay, maybe not a dozen, at least a half dozen clips of them going on and on and on and on and on about his fucking beard. Who cares?
It doesn't.
No, well, according to him, he bleached it because he was screwing around during the pandemic. I don't understand why. And you know what, bot? I don't fucking care. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Look like that. That is salt and pepper, a lot more salt that has now been dyed. But he says that, oh, it was just really long. It was longer there, and he bleached it then. And that's why
it's obviously longer there than it is now.
I'm a hair expert. I'm literally a colorist. Of course, I know this stuff. Most people, I think we've only ever
Brittany would know about what
one
bleach looks
person's
like.
beard in like all the years I did
You
hair.
No,
it's
And
not a
did you
common
do it in
request.
a pattern like this?
It's not yet.
With, like,
No,
layering?
it's not a common request. And like this is like, I mean, that's how a gray beard would come in. It is. You're not. If he had bleached it, first of all, it would all be even. It would be even, and like with tips. It would not look like salt and pepper.
But why would he be?
Why is he lying about it?
insecure? Why would he be?
Why do you
why
care?
would he be insecure
Why
about
are you
having
so
white
obsessed
hair?
with his beard?
It's because
Why do you care?
he's going around flirting with like 20-year-old
He's
girls, and if you're literally a white-haired bald nigga that's like old and divorced, and it really shows, that's a whole lot weirder and creepy.
I don't know why he's like was like.
I'm
linked
sure
with
he
the
could get as
bleach
many
route. That's a
20-year-old girls if he
weirder-
wants.
That's a weirder
Jesus
cover up than
Christ.
like just saying.
That was a
dye it.
weird line to take, dude. Like, I bleached my beard. Yeah, it was just a weird time in my life. What do you mean by that? This is in a pattern.
He's like,
exactly. Brittany, pro tip: when you spend all your time talking about other people's looks, that comes across to the smart people of the internet as though you might be insecure. Because really, Brittany, there's no reason to spend all day like this is why like I had to block like half the groupers. Because it's like, listen, there's some really smart groupers. There really are. But a lot of them are obsessed with things that don't matter because they have self-esteem issues. That's why they're incels in the first place. And the fact that Brittany just spends all her time on the internet like judging other people for their looks when again, she is unmarried and living off of her father. It just reeks of some self-worth issues that she needs to work out. And you know, I mean, the fact that Mio is so obsessed with other people's hair and yet won't show his own face on the internet. I think we can all make some assumptions about what's going on. Because if Mio was really as hot as Brittany claims he is, he probably wouldn't have any problem showing his face on the internet.
Even do that.
I did weird things during COVID, so I bleached my beard. It just happened to come in as salt and pepper. Like, okay, sure.
Right.
Let's go with
Who
that.
cares?
And
Again,
it wasn't
who
that
cares?
much longer here. It's not.
No, it's not. It's literally like the same length as his beard now.
Yeah.
Like, let's find
It's
a
just-
freaking let's
yeah,
see.
it's just literally fucking white here, dude.
See, they're obsessed.
Why
They're
would
fucking
you?
obsessed with
Bleaching
his
your
beard.
beard is even
Why?
gay or shit. That's
Yeah,
what
it
I'm
is.
saying. But
It literally is gay.
Why would that even be the case? He's clearly just old.
Look at it.
Why would you lie and say you bleached your beard?
So there's his beard now.
Visibly shorter.
Look at that.
It's not much longer. I mean, not much shorter. Except, let me see if I can find anything that's like.
And it's fucking dark.
Yeah, there's no way that's the same. Sorry.
Exactly. Brittany and Mio are the type of people that think Instagram is real.
Yeah, that's what he's saying basically. Is no, I dyed it gray back then because I wanted it to be gray.
It was actually arrested.
Like,
Yeah, it just doesn't even make sense.
that's weird.
But
I don't know, man. We need a better explanation for that. I think it's because he's like getting old and he's starting to really look old and he's bald and he's literally got fucking white hair. If he's creeping on like 20-year-old girls, that's a whole lot weirder looking.
Yeah.
And so he's trying to he
Mio
puts a hat
creeping
on
on?
and he dyes his
Who's
beard
Mio
brown
creeping
again
on?
and try and fit in with the youth and the kids, and he says things like based and keck.
Wait,
he's like 3 years older than me.
you're not allowed to say based if you're not 20? Is that like an official rule? Who made that rule? Who authorized someone to make that rule? I thought these were like free speech people, and now they're shitting on people for saying based and keck.
Okay, fuck you, Chuck. Yeah, he's 3 years older than me. Asshole. Anyway.
Yeah, well, and what we call Brittany old as fuck all the time. It's like her youth was decades ago, right? Well,
Are you done?
And then at the end, you guys get to vote.
Well,
on,
some of the guys around
no, you
your
have to
age are
vote.
starting
No,
to
no.
have white hair, aren't they, Brittany?
Yeah, and I think that like guys should own it when they do that. It's better.
And you know what else, bros? It's not just the guys, by the way.
Girls like salt and
that's why
pepper.
Huh?
A lot of girls like salt and pepper. It's not like a bad
Well,
thing.
yeah, but not the 20-year-old
Yeah, I don't
girls
say
that
keck,
he's
but I do say
been
based.
creeping on.
Yeah, maybe not.
So
Yeah, but a lot of girls like
I
salt.
don't know. Why is he lying about it? When this is a
Yeah,
conspiracy.
that's what's
we
weird.
gotta
Why
get
are
to the
you
bottom of
obsessed
it.
with his beard?
That's what's weird.
It's a
I am getting
beard
drunk.
mystery.
Shut up, TND. I'm definitely getting drunk.
Oh,
It's a
wow.
beard mystery. Who knows?
Classy, Brittany. Classy. Keep it classy, girl.
Okay, wait, chat.
But
Wait,
I'll
hold
let
on,
you guys
chat.
weigh in.
Okay, press one. If he actually bleached his beard because he went
You're
through
doing
a
a fucking
weird
poll
phase
now.
during COVID.
Wow.
And now this is his normal unbleached beard, and he bleached it in exactly that weird pattern. Press 2
Like,
if he's getting old.
I mean, I'm starting to think that both of them are so obsessed with his beard that they both want to like obviously. This is a ridiculous like level of obsession that they have over facial hair.
Old, and that was his real white beard, and now he dyes it. And then what was the other option? Is there another option? Like there was one. What do you guys think?
I don't know.
No numbers. Nobody's not a single
They
fucking
don't
one
care.
of you.
Not even their own
Okay,
chat
no more
cares.
chat games.
Not
You
even
guys
their own
suck.
chat cares. I wanna do a poll in my chat just to see if you guys care more than Brittany and Mio's chat. Press 1 if you think that Brittany and Mio are way too obsessed with Big Tech's facial hair. Press 2 if you think that their obsession with Big Tech's facial hair is perfectly normal and and warranted. So 1 if they're too obsessed, 2 if this is a normal level of obsession. Let's see. Rottweiler 1, Deep Thought 1. Who else is here? Alex 1. We're already beating Brittany's chat. NanoPie 1. Bot going for the 7, always the contrarian bot. Exactly. 1 1 1. Oh, Renan spelling it out, a bold move. 1. What are the odds that Brittany is fixated on Big Tech's beard because she's hot for his bald head? She totally wants to fuck him. She absolutely wants to fuck him. 100%. 911. Well, an interesting choice. Emily 1. Look, we're already doing bad. Like I thought no one watched my streams on the internet, Brittany. I thought no one watched me. I thought that you had way more viewers than me, and yet it seems like my chat's interacting with me way more than your chat's interacting with you. Oh, what a surprise.
They do suck.
Can't
By
do
the way,
anything fun
55%
around
of the
here.
way, I feel like we should go for we'll do 30 more minutes unless we
Yeah,
close
sounds
to
about
Yeah.
good.
fucking
That
goal.
sounds about good.
Mhm.
All right. All right.
All right, let's keep going.
And see if you guys think this is a good idea. I don't know. You know, another internet extremist in my life. I don't know, but we'll see.
Another internet extremist in my life.
For 8-9 months.
Not that
Oh,
much.
chat
but
was
yeah.
stuck.
I already don't
Sure.
like that woman.
Yeah, humans are strong, but
Is
in
it?
relation to a man, it's nothing to what he endures in his life.
Before modern medicine, what was infant mortality like? What was childbirth like? Did a lot of people die in childbirth?
Yeah, it's
Seems like
extremely dangerous.
Yeah, it's dangerous. It takes a lot of
Yeah,
strength
wow.
to get through
It's
that,
so
right?
Yeah,
dangerous.
a lot of these weak women died doing this thing that they're naturally created to do. They could barely handle it.
Seems like femininity needs a lot of
Bit
strength.
much.
What are the odds Big Tech looks incredibly young without a beard? I mean, I don't know that he's been on the internet without a beard, so I have absolutely no idea. No idea. Maybe. I don't know.
Much.
I'll tell you what, if men had wombs, they could do it better than women. We would be better at bearing children and delivering them than you are. But we don't have those. That's not the way that we are
I don't know
formed.
about
It's
that.
not in
We
our
don't have that.
nature.
Super
There's a whole
Hey,
intro to this.
thank you, Shib. All right.
Wow.
Okay. All right. So somebody
Okay.
wants at least us to freaking stick around a little longer.
Oh God.
Okay.
I don't know how much
Well,
long,
thanks,
how
man.
much longer I'm gonna
Shib.
watch this,
Appreciate
but
that.
we'll see.
All right, we're sticking around.
I'm enjoying my knitting right now, so whatever.
Let's bring on, I'm sure a lot of you already know her, but the property. Hello, Miss Stardust. How are you?
And again,
Brittany, the most
the ironic part of this entire thing is that Brittany said nothing this entire stream. Like, Brittany is not the subject of this stream. The only thing I even said about Brittany on this stream is, why is Brittany even on this stream? Because she said nothing. But still, obsessed, stream sniping me for no good reason. This wasn't about you, Brittany.
annoying person on the internet.
Oh,
good.
All right, I was gonna fast forward, but okay, let's go. Let's go.
Right out of the gate.
Okay.
On
Proving my
Christmas, too.
point.
We're gonna do this then.
Proving my
She's got
point
nothing better to do than
admirably.
sit there and talk shit.
Proving
She
my
wasn't mad that
point.
we were there. She was mad that she got caught.
Oh, she
Really? Did you
She's
guys
sitting there
think that I
talking
wasn't
shit and
aware that this
seething
would
on
happen?
Christmas on
what?
YouTube.
Yeah, I was so
Total
seething.
bitch.
And she just got
Yep.
busted.
Yep.
Busted.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Not know you. Want you to introduce yourself and tell people where.
Although she's not wrong, though.
Fuck
that's
off,
true.
Mio.
I'm not saying I disagree,
I
Carl.
am just your typical
See,
one in the
Mio
mill
Is that what she
liberal.
said?
Smartest thing Mio said all day.
I'm a little bit of a feminist as well.
I'm definitely
You
gonna
can
like
find
her
me on
quite
YouTube.
a bit.
My channel is Stardust. I believe it's /Stardust streams, and then I'm also on Twitch
Okay, I
as
was gonna.
Stardust.
All right.
So.
I don't know if
There's no way we're listening to this whole debate.
No, we're not. Of course
I'm
not.
fine. I'm sucks, racist, sexual.
This person can have an open.
We're talking about
Brittany's
property.
like,
yeah, I'm just gonna kind of like.
Brittany's like looking for places that I might be talking about her again, which doesn't really happen in the entire stream. She's going to be really disappointed.
Wander through
Do
it.
you
just
mean
related-
strength as well.
He's not wrong about this.
Femininity means softness and receptiveness. When a
course,
woman
it's
looks
softness. I mean,
curvy
receptive,
and round,
yes.
and she has a softness and a suppleness to herself, vitality of youth and ripe receptivity to the man, that's feminine.
Do you think it takes?
When a woman is square and hard and she's not being feminine.
Do you think that?
Fair enough.
Do you think that it takes some strength to like carry a child for 8-9 months?
Not that much, but yeah.
What was the again
Realities.
was much higher. It used to
More
be much higher.
there's worse
I
fates
just want to get
than
to like
deaths,
where like we were
sweetheart.
talking.
And there's a lot of people
That's
living.
true. Brittany's
in hell
literally
that
just
are
looking
worse
for
than
her.
death.
See it towards the end.
Brittany is literally just looking for the parts of the stream where she came into my chat and was being a dick for no good reason. This is just all about Brittany. Like it's like I wasn't talking about her enough, and so now she has to find the parts that are all about her because she needs to feed her ego because she's lonely and single and lives off her father.
Disobedience. So from the mental frame of a child, the woman.
Oh, Brittany.
Oh, there
Brittany.
Okay, wait.
No.
I came in before this too. All right, so hold on.
Little beings, these little children
I
that
see
I'm
if I
going to
can
bring
find
up
it.
with our family's heritage and our family's name, and they're going to live amongst you all. They're going to
He's
be in and out of
literally-
your homes. They're going to be in and out of your.
Brittany, can you just admit that this is not about reacting to me at all? It's not about reacting to the content at all. It's just about you literally feeding your narcissism by reacting to yourself. Like, I'm not watching this to react to myself, Brittany. If I wanted to react to myself, I would have watched the Naptown video from earlier. Like, you're literally watching a video on my channel to react to you coming into my chat and being disruptive. Do you not understand how narcissistic this actually looks to people who understand what's going on?
Your schools. They're going to add and contribute to society. And I'm going to.
Wait.
What I would say.
What's this? I think I see Dan.
Sometime after this, we'll choose the age where the
the
marriage
same
happens.
room,
And then
Trez.
I'm
And
which is 15.
you know the most ridiculous part of all of this is like everything that Brittany has already said on this stream is all that she said in my chat. Brittany already on this stream has recycled all of her talking points and just said them again. Exactly the same shit that she's, and now she's like fast forwarding to the part where she said the talking points the first time. It's like you could have at least come up with something original, bitch.
Which is also too young for our
Justin
culture.
was our
So are
old.
you saying that all Mexicans
Hey!
are pedophiles? 'Cause they
No,
are.
no, 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 no! Wait, get ready, Mio. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. I'm not ready. Okay, wait.
Oh god, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? No, it's frozen. No.
So annoying.
It's
Jesus.
like one of the very first things you said in your stream was about Brittany.
And then I didn't talk
What,
about
you're
her the rest
talking
of the
about us and
time.
what we're fucking losers.
Yes.
We're tuning in a couple hours later because
Yes.
people told us.
Absolutely.
Like,
100%.
that's just so funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are fucking losers because you had nothing
Yeah,
better to
according
do.
to you, but I'm saying no. They weren't wrong. We're wrong now.
Allison, thank you for the super chat. Now I know what this reminds me of. Shock jocks like Howard Stern droning on, bashing this, that, and the other. Brain goes numb until my analysis. Yes, I make watching morons on the internet interesting, apparently. It's a gift I've been given from God. No. No, because as I said, I would never lower myself to give this bitch any consideration. She's so far beneath me that it's not worth my time or my energy. No.
She
denied.
said that. She says that
No.
about everybody.
Yes,
And then
because
she
you're
does.
below me
Everyone's
too.
beneath her. She's above everyone.
Yes,
She's above
from you
debating
guys,
anyone.
yes,
She's above all the
absolutely.
conversations.
100%.
She's above everything.
100%.
This is insane.
Yes,
And it's
absolutely.
so ridiculous because you don't know.
Above
I don't know
all
like
of
where she gets
you.
off, like where she even came up.
Because my platform dwarfs yours several dozen times over. Do you guys understand? YouTube is not even my primary thing. This isn't even where I make money. This is what I do for fun or for research. Like, you guys have no fucking clue even what I do in other areas on the internet because right now I'm on vacation and blowing off steam. You don't even bother to look into these things. Why I am above you is because I'm actually working on real shit while you're complaining on the internet about how no man wants you.
With this idea, like, how did this girl, a girl that looks like that's as dumb as she is, get that much of an ego in the first place?
How did that fat bitch get a much bigger platform than we have? How is she able to make so much more money than us selling merch and writing stuff on the internet? How is it possible that this bitch gets people to watch the most boring possible content on the internet? How is it possible that this fat, ugly cunt has a much more engaged chat than we can ever hope to have? How is any of this I just don't understand, guys. I just don't understand. I don't get it. Why does she think she's better than us? Just because she has millions and millions and millions more views than you? Us? It doesn't mean she's better than us. It really doesn't. Just because we're stuck in the bowels of the internet and no one watches our content and no man wants me, it doesn't mean that she's better than us. Really? It's Brittany crying into her mirror tonight.
Real. It's wild. It's like, it's honestly, she really is like the woman version of, I'm not gonna say their name, but she looks like his ex-wife. But she is like the woman equivalent where like they're actually kind of like, and Ralph maybe too, like they're very insecure people and they have to put on this like facade of like that they're not because they're trying to convince themselves and everyone else around them that they like believe the.
That's the ironclad law of blonde bimbo projection, Brittany.
Like the view, the outlook that they're trying to like portray, and nobody in their right mind is going to like believe that image. Sorry, but like, let's be real here.
No.
You can literally look, Brittany, did you know that you can go onto Substack and literally look at the amount of subscribers I have? Do you know that that on Substack, they only give out verification check marks if people are making a certain amount of money on Substack? Like, that's the only way you can get a verification check mark. Did you know, Brittany? Did you know that you can go onto my Twitter and see that I have tens of thousands of more people? Like this is not secret fucking information. I can't believe that fat bitch has so many more followers than I am. I just can't. How did this happen? Mio, how did this happen? How did this fat, ugly bitch get so many more followers than I have? I don't understand. I show off my boobs so much more than her, and she's so fat and so ugly. I just don't know why people follow her on the internet at all.
Nobody's buying it.
So it's just, but she's like very much like that.
Then why are you watching me? If I'm so irrelevant, then why are you watching me?
Why would I engage with someone that is obviously and clearly intellectually dishonest? Like, I can laugh at her, I can call her names on the internet, I can bully her, like, that's fine. This is a Christmas stream, man. This wasn't supposed to be controversial. I don't know.
Tis the season. What the fuck? I know every
It's Christmas
stream I like to talk about a debate from a guy that I want to be my boyfriend. Well, I also talk about my husband, and they are talking about women
want to be my boyfriend. Brittany, he fucking announced it. Again, I know you're having feelings about the fact that he hates you and he doesn't apparently hate me, I know that must really like there's probably no greater like way that big tech could have annoyed this bitch than doing what he did, which he probably knows too if I'm honest on it. And just to make it all the more sweet that he hates her and she fucking knows it and she can't stand it because she wants his dick so badly.
Being property, and that is 'tis the season. I mean, it's very festive. Very festive.
Why everyone is streaming on Christmas anyway. This was for me to knit and
while she's streaming.
To get to know my new internet boyfriend a little bit more. And that was all this was. This was not to get into like internet blood sports with intellectually dishonest people. True. Mm-hmm.
Now, that's the point. We're wrong now. The women belong to us. We can choose the right age. The father knows what's right for his daughter.
She was not capable of understanding his arguments in this entire debate. And even worse than that, she wasn't even trying to understand his arguments in this debate. She just wanted to send him to be like, pedophile, 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 you're a pedophile. Like, if she had actually shown any intellectual curiosity at all, then maybe I would talk to her. But if she's just going to show up and she's going to be like, you know, every time you disagree with me, you're a pedophile. And me, and Carlin, you dated this asshole in college, and that makes you a pedophile. It's just like, you know what? Fuck you. No, not worth my time.
Oh. Boo-hoo. Poor Stardust.
The men know who's eligible in society.
Oh, so faceless bounty hunter, big tech aging like crazy. This is from 2 years ago, but look at him now.
They're still obsessed with his beard. So
he dyes his
obsessed.
beard.
He's dying, and then he tried to lie and say he doesn't.
Oh my God.
Said he bleached it.
They've spent more time talking about his beard than they've spent talking about me.
Everybody knows his bullshit.
Well, yeah, they call me fat when they have nothing else to call me.
He bleached his beard. Does anyone remember that happening? Is it?
It's not how it works.
Or no, I guess it was bleached when he showed up. It was bleached when he showed up.
It's not working. Let's do a different one.
Bleached? Is that what bleach looks like?
No, it's not, and it doesn't like come in like that. So this is him now.
They're rehashing all of this again. We just went over this.
Just lies. Lies. But sure. Well, sure. He's nothing happened to his beard.
Women are children. We can offer them a choice to submit and obey, or they can be rebellious and pay the consequence of that. Just like an animal.
Okay, so one thing I do,
or a child.
one
Looks like
thing
fucking
I
grandpa
would say
in this.
is that you earlier said that you don't think that women have the ability to consent throughout their entire lives.
Not fully, because they can't take full accounting.
Okay.
They don't have a full scope of vision.
Yeah.
They have a narrow.
Exactly. Bigger picture, we're all totally fucked and the nuclear family is falling apart right in front of us and parental rights are being attacked every single day and we're descending into the socialist utopia. Like, that's like none of this is gonna matter anyway. I promise you. We've got like maybe. Listen, man, the stupid bitch shouldn't have gotten herself banned. She could be on Rumble showing off her tits all day, every day. Nothing's stopping her from going on Rumble. Like, her issues are her own damn fault. You know why I'm not banned off of YouTube? Because I didn't say something stupid to get me banned off of YouTube because I knew what would happen if I said something stupid and I didn't want to lose my YouTube channel. It's really not that hard to not get banned on YouTube if you like actually just follow some really simple guidelines. And she's the one that brought up numbers. So don't fucking come in here and defend her when she's the one making an issue because she's incapable of going onto other platforms and seeing what's going on in areas that aren't YouTube. Thank you, Dub. Appreciate it. I don't know and I don't care, but obviously she did something. Be 20 years tops until all gender is eliminated. No one cares about any of that. If only the fucking strong men would stand up and do something about it, but the men are too like are like pussies basically, and they refuse to do anything. She just saw herself.
If
talking
men
like
want to
that,
prove
probably.
that they're strong men, that they need to work on like saving the fucking nuclear family and parental rights and all of these things that are being actively destroyed right now.
Wait, where did she talk about like how that like turns her on?
Will you pause it? Just pause that.
Yeah,
Just,
I want to grab something too.
just that whole fucking attitude is just fucking annoying. It's incessant. I am so sick of hearing in shrill, naggy, bitchy fucking girl voices. What strong men need to do is listen to me about what they should do. If only strong men would do what I say that they should do. That's how society should work. Is I order the strong men around.
Not man enough for me.
Fuck.
Absolutely not
What
man
an
enough for
annoying
me.
bitch. You understand the old red pill is your
Also,
place is not
remember-
to fucking think about shit, right?
Remember, he has self-esteem issues.
You're not the thought
Okay.
leader, girl. You're
He's
the
working-
head general
He's working
commander
it
of
out. He's working it out.
the
He's just like,
strong men army to
true.
save families.
true.
Fuck's sake.
Mio
I'll fix your
crying
own life
because he's
up
a cuck
start
and he
with.
knows it. He knows it. He does. He knows it. Yeah, very like you can tell Rottweiler's bisexual. He knows these things too. He can tell.
Ridiculous. It
Bisexual
is
men, gay
unbecoming.
men have the best small PP detectors. I swear. It's a finely honed thing.
It is unbecoming of a woman.
Well,
Be so bitchy and naggy
I will
and
just have to find a way.
quarrelsome and
I will just have to find a
just
way
every
to live
the
with
opposite
your
of every feminine
disappointment,
quality
Neo.
is what you see here. And
Yes,
it's so
'cause
funny
I'm a
'cause you
fucking
see that from
tomboy.
women, especially all the time. They'll talk about what masculine men need
Well,
to
we
do.
all know
Okay,
that.
which feminine
He's not
qualities do you have?
capable of.
Huh?
I'm a fucking
what
tomboy,
feminine
bro.
virtues are you striving for? Because I tell you the one thing strong men don't want to do is listen to
Adult-
fat pigs like you fucking
then
nagging
why
about
are
what they
you
should do.
listening to me?
That's
Then
what
why don't
strong
you
men
just
just
turn it
wouldn't
off
put
and
up with.
start
They
something
never
else?
will.
You're fully
Whatever the fuck
capable
you're trying to
of
do,
turning
you're
off
never
my
gonna be
stream
like all the
and
strong
watching
men who tune
something
in
else.
and listen
This
to
is not masculine, Neo.
Pig,
It's not masculine
PhD.
at all. You're
Oh
showing.
well,
you're
for bros,
showing
we
your,
just didn't
your inner
realize we
bitch,
need to listen to
Neo.
this fat pig, and then we'll save families.
showing
We'll
his-
save society from being 1984 and Brave New World combined
Neo,
with like
whining on the
Fahrenheit
internet is not
451
attractive,
and like
Neo.
the Communist
not.
Manifesto. Like, I've read like these 4 fiction books, and I just totally understand history and the world now better than like 99% of the population.
He thinks all I've done is read 4 fiction books. Mio, you can tell that to the presidential candidates who were retweeting my stuff after I went undercover at the socialism conference, okay? You can wipe your tears with the retweets I got from fucking Trump Jr., all this shit. But I just guys, all she did, I swear, was read 1984. That's all she did. That's it. Please.
This is what you like when dumb people think they're smart. This is what you get. And
Exactly,
like
Neo.
useless,
Exactly.
fat,
Exactly.
bitchy women.
Do we know what she did her thesis on to get her PhD?
Workplace bullying.
No, but that would be fun.
Workplace bullying.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's like if skin scribbles make a fat chick look better.
Oh, she put on an outfit. Oh,
But
we
the
have an
answer is they
outfit.
don't.
Oh,
We have an
they
outfit.
don't.
Understanding. So it's
Oh
not
god,
full consent.
so many
You can't
skin
consent.
scribble chicks around here.
Tristan, $12. Merry Christmas.
Oh
Hey,
God,
Merry
what the
Christmas,
fuck?
Chris.
What the fuck? This is another fucking song. God damn it.
I'm gonna get that like the second they open up tomorrow.
Something you don't understand.
So if women
Are you fucking kidding me, Base Med? Where the hell have you been?
Dub, I appreciate it.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Go on, get.
Take his coat.
Go get out. Out of here. Get out of here. What do you mean have I
Take his coat.
Yeah, you get
Chat, turn on him. Turn on him. Everyone.
who the fuck comes here at this time? Go on, get. Unbelievable. Wow.
That's right, everyone. Pitchforks and torches.
Pitchforks them. That's crazy. Yeah, you're a little late. Yeah, TND's been here. Peasy's even been here, although he left when I changed. But
all right, I'm giving this like
they
5
were
more
here.
minutes and then I'm
Where
going to
have
bed.
you been? Exactly.
5 more minutes.
Better
See
have
if
a good
anything else
excuse.
happens. Brittany is
Women are unable to
dying to
Very
watch
good,
herself.
chat. Very good treatment. That was, you all did great.
Actually, you know
And
what?
now-
You know what?
So all
You know what? Why don't we just stop it there? Because you know what I don't want to do? I don't want to get to the part where Brittany is like watching herself and like basically, oh my god, I saw myself in chat and Carlin yelled at me. Oh my god, because she's literally just watching this to talk about herself some more. I think we've seen enough. It's almost 3 a.m. Thank you guys for spending some time with me tonight. I do appreciate it. I don't know when I'm going to be streaming again. I'm still on vacation. I am officially coming back with socialism stuff after the new year. I've been working on a lot of stuff, not on YouTube or Twitter. I don't know. I might do a couple more of these fun I feel like I'm getting sucked into a reality show. I'm like on the internet version of The Real World or something like that. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed and we will see what tomorrow brings. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your night or, day, as the case may be. We'll see you soon, guys. Bye.